But okay, moving the scene ahead. Some days later, back to the fields, outside, chopping down weeds or something. What are we doing? Today, every last resident of the Toko Special Reformatory has been rounded up and brought out to harvest the sweet potatoes under an autumn sky filled with darting dragonflies. The mood's so nice, even though our environment's terrible. But we're making our environment slightly better for ourselves. And everybody's working together. Nobody seems to be fighting. You know, there's not death threats going around. Everybody's happy and smiling. It's nice seeing everybody being big spirits now, good spirits, because that's what you need in a prison like this. You know, you don't want to be crabs in a bucket keeping each other down. You want to be a solid group that's working together. You know, having a happy environment that is, making the worst case scenario that you could possibly be in life into something that is worth living. And yeah, like spurring on that competitive spirit in them, rather than like that jealousy, the wanting to beat each other up, wanting to be the top dog. Instead, it's a competitive spirit instead. And yeah, good. Now even the main leader of the dorm is getting pissed off at the guards, which he wasn't really before. It was all yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Now, giving him some back talk. That's exactly what we need. Unite together. We shouldn't be against each other. It should be us versus the guards, not the prisoners versus the prisoners. That's just working in their favor. What's up with Joe? Just slacking off in a corner by himself? What's he doing? Well, maybe this guy's gonna take some time immediately being a tattletale again. I mean, Joe was a tattletale too, so... Okay, just digging in his own way. Alright, got some pretty big ones. Nice. But, his hands are covered in blood. What, has he been just digging with his own hands, no shovel or anything? Damn, a whole mountain of them. He's been working harder than anybody else. But what is going on? What are you trying to do here? What is this about? Why are you doing it with your pair of hands? What's going on here? Okay. Don't know. Jesus Christ, yeah, how do you pick up that rock? Oh my god, yeah, that ain't a rock, that's a damn boulder. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is some back-breaking ass fucking work. And yeah, they ain't giving us any, there's no more leeway now that we are following the rules and being more respectful and everything like that. The guards couldn't give a shit. Of course they couldn't. But yeah, this is a really nice way of showing, they're all in high spirits, everything was going well, everybody's happy and doing their job well, and then the guards are just like, I don't like that they're happy, we gotta make their lives more miserable, and so now they're just yelling at them even more and more, and trying to, rush them and rush them and rush them. Now everybody's upset again, ain't nobody happy here, just a bunch of pissed off prisoners again. But yeah, look at him, just relaxing on his own again, but nope, he's doing something. Just ripping out the weeds, of course, and stuff. But he looks exhausted, and more just small weeds. But yeah, there's a shovel, Yabuki. A proper tool made the job a whole lot easier. It's called efficiency. But no, throws it back at him. Doesn't want it. Giving it everything I got my way. Just trying to train his arms, train his muscles in general, or I'm not sure what else he's gaining from this. Rikishi back at the livestock barn. I'm surprised they let him back in there. They let him in charge of that again. Jeez, another thing I gotta do. Jesus Christ, how many jobs are they doing today? Yeah, bastards just keep coming up with new work for us. Didn't get sent to this place to become farmers. Should give us a fucking break already. But alright, yeah, the dormitory that we were a part of. Alright, enough grumbling. After we finish this hellish farm work, box in heaven's waiting for us. After all this grueling work, too. But, that's life. You essentially slave away for tiny moments of happiness. But Shiraki's back. Yoko and Shiraki and the others. Why is she here? Oh, this may sound pompous, but I've given up being a Sunday lady. I want to drink in the scent of everyday life for your residents, and if possible, I'd like to be of some kind of help. Okay, she's gonna be here permanently then. Yeah, gonna come on weekdays and everything too. I mean, not permanently. Maybe it sounded permanent, but maybe she's just gonna come more often. Permanent. I guess I meant a job, not like she's gonna live here or anything. But you know what I mean. Oh, yay. I'm paying all the kids like Nishi now, too. Hey, that's good, because these kids need someone like Joe's good to look up to, but honestly, Nishi's probably a better role model for the kids. I'm not sure a better role model, but either way, they need someone like him as well. They need someone like Joe and like Nishi. Someone who will care about them and show them affection and all that stuff. And okay, Joe's one-handed swinging the hoe. So yeah, definitely trying to train those muscles and probably train his accuracy maybe with this specifically. Sachi. Where'd you learn the word gold brickin', Sachi? Such an old-timey word. I guess it's not an old-timey word. It's very appropriate for the time this magazine came out. But, like, you know, it's such like an old man sort of term. I see. He was pulling up weeds with 2 fingers at a time. That's the whole thing. Yeah, trying to make everything as hard on himself as he can. Yeah, he's turned every single part of the day here into some kind of boxing regimen. Damn. Yeah, Joe's gonna be an even bigger figure than I figured. Yeah, he is so serious about this. It's so crazy seeing, you know, how little he gave a shit about the training before to now. He's a changed man. Oh, there's gonna be another boxing tournament one of these Sundays. Okay. Don't have an exact date coming up, seems like, but another tournament, a real one, and this time me and Rikishi will settle things once and for all. Okay, a true, actual tournament. That could be really fun. I wonder if this whole damn manga is just going to take place in this prison. That can't be the case. But how long are we going to be in here? We could be in here for a long time. If we're going to do a whole tournament arc here as well. I don't know where the hell to end this video. I thought it was going to end it when we got on the big splash page, like the next saga, next arc or something, because, you know, where we split it up was also very interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I might have to end it right before the tournament or something, depending on how long. I don't know. I don't know where to end this. There's also no, like, chapters, you know, so I don't know where to end any of this, because there's not, like, a chapter marker for any of this. It's just kind of, like, all one continuous thing. There's moments where I can tell where the chapters ended in the original run, but there's no chapter names, no chapter numbers. And yeah, Miss Shiraki's showing up here on a weekday, and I expect she's planning to hold it this weekend. And this time, I don't plan to let things end with a double KO. But I'm sure Rikishi is training just as hard. Probably that's why he's at the livestock thing again. Okay, yeah. Strengthening his wrists. That's what he's trying to do. Okay, everything's for the wrists. And yeah, that Rikishi is a hell of a boxer. Boxing's all about snap. Learned that the hard way when I fought Rikishi. Took 1,000,000 punches from him that day, and all of them hurt. But the ones I really felt were the ones where the bastard twisted his wrist the second he made contact. Yeah, that, like, ooh, that dig in. Now that's a punch. That hurt. But it's not like I think I can take Rikishi down just by beefing up my wrists. I've been waiting for tomorrow part 4, right? Yep. So I want you to show me for tomorrow part 4 and 5 and 6. Can't wait any longer. I don't know. Rikishi's watching as well. Getting in some shadow boxing himself. I wonder if he's, you know... I don't know. Like, the fact that he was, you know, watching us throughout all this, why is this moment the moment where he's like, alright, I'm going to go do some shadow boxing? Did he overhear? Like, he overheard that we were doing wrist training, so now he's going to try and do some countering to that? But, ooh, you haven't even really mastered 1, 2, and 3 yet. Can't teach you 4 just yet until you master those. And everybody's watching, everybody's distracted, everybody here. I love that they're just, like, so distracted, they're just letting Joe not work right now. But yeah, first off, it's still farm hours. Pick up that hoe. And yeah, he's ice cold today. Wonder what, you know, I mean, but he seemed completely fine until you brought up there's another tournament going on. That was what changed his opinion. But okay, he's doing it two-handed this time. Okay, yeah. No, not that way, you fool. Do it your own way, the way you've been doing it. Okay. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Alright, back to the wrist training. Now, drop your hips more. It's all about using your wrist. Okay. It's time now? Okay, that's it for work today. Right as we just started getting some training in. And yeah, don't want to waste a second. Sprint there as fast as you can. Get as much into it as you can. Oh, they're just going to build it right here, actually. Okay. Damn, I was not expecting that. So nice seeing everybody build this together. Working together. Camaraderie. Love this scene so much. Just seeing all the boys have some happiness, some moments of happiness. But yeah, what's Danpei's doing? What's he all up to? Okay, just keep working on that hoe. I'm gonna go coach the other boys. Okay, gonna coach the other boys. Tournament's coming up and you won't coach me? No need. You already got for tomorrow part 4 under control. It was wrist training I was planning to show you anyway. Okay, damn. So that's what he was so cold about. He's like, damn, is this kid not even gonna need me? He's figured out on his own. Alright, beef up your snap. That's all you need to do. Okay, just keep up that one-handed hoeing all the way to the barbed wire. Do that, you'll be ready for the next lesson. But alright, what a letdown. I guess it turns out I was wrong. I guess it turns out I was working on part 4 all along. Yeah. But alright, get out of my way, out of my way. Oh, Shiraki. I see you're hard at work. If you want Rikishi, he's over at the swine pen having his fun. Now out of the way, trying to work here. Yeah, kicking up rocks all over her face. Seems so worked up, like something's nipping at your heels. Unlike a certain young lady, I don't have time or money or even my freedom. All I've got is living best I can inside this place. No one walking all over me, no one making a fool of me, no one trampling my pride. What a small man you are. Throwing some dirt at him back. Oh, did I get some dirt on you? So sorry about that. Walks away. Damn, okay. I like that. She's changing herself. She was a little, prissy little miss originally, but it does seem like we're rubbing off on her, and she's changing. And all the, that's why she wants to spend more time here, to let this rub off on her more. And of course, he's pissed off at her getting one up on him. These two are gonna be a perfect match. Absolutely. They're fucking pro wrestling in there. That guy's just dancing. He's just dancing in there. What, we got a three-way going on? What? Yeah, you seem to think hitting the bag is the best practice, but you don't think about when you get hit. Alright, doing some jump rope training. Hell yeah. Alright, everybody's in line to go do the punching bag. But yeah, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is how you get hit. And yeah, that's a good point. Like, before, it was just brawling hour, and if they weren't brawling, they were secretly betting their dinner on cards or some such tomfoolery. Yeah, this is a much, much, much better outlet for them. This is having long-term effects. It's training their bodies, it's training their minds, it's training their discipline, it's training a lot of stuff. Versus gambling in a place like this, there's no permanent benefit. You're gambling your dinner for a little bit more dinner, or you're, gambling for cigarettes maybe, or whatnot, but, nothing that's going to last, nothing that's going to matter in a long-term way whatsoever. Oh, Rikishi showing up. He wants to turn at the sandbag. Just wants to beat the tar out of it so he can, show how strong he is in front of everybody, I assume. Because he's got the pigs, he's got the bulls if he wants to. Yeah, this time, no chance of a fluke like a double KO. He's not going to fall for the same trick twice. And it was a trick, essentially. Even if it was accidental. But okay, I got no more animosity, no more hate. So this time it won't be some brawl. This time it'll be pure boxing, plain and simple. So you mean you don't hate Joe no more? You ain't angry at the little bastard? None of you get it, do you? No room for any of that in the ring. That's not boxing. The only thing that belongs there is ruthless, high-grade, perfected skill. Boxing isn't art. The only reason I ended up with a draw last time is that I let my anger get the better of me. Been in here too long. Forgot myself. You gotta be a cold, precise, calculating machine. An exquisite fighting machine driven by raw power to take your opponent down even 1 second faster. That's boxing. But fighting spirit is another matter. When me and Joe traded blows last time, my fighting spirit couldn't even compare to the way I feel now. Now it's running wild, ferocious, out of control. He's not angry, but that fighting spirit may be even more powerful than anger. Ooh, for tomorrow part 5, it's about time I let you in on this one, Joe. But I warn you, 5 is just a little bit harsher than what you've covered so far. It's cruel. Don't hate me, Joe. Oh boy, what's it gonna be? What's part 5? He's almost made it there, right? Yeah, just a little bit further, Joe. Just a little bit further. Come on, you can do it. Meanwhile, Rikishi doing his own training. Damn, yeah, he is just, I assume, training those shoulders. But maybe he's also training that snap. I don't know. But, Aoyama, is that you? And then what? Yeah, it's Aoyama. What's up? Will we lost it or something? Yeah, yahoo, ha. I'm just so worked up from watching Rikishi train. It's so intense. Gives me ants in my pants. Yeah, what of it? Won't you lend me some gloves? Won't you let me use the bag? As if. No chance, huh? No one takes me seriously. Okay, he's gonna take off his pants, tie up the bottoms, fill them with sand, use them on his own. Nope, whoops, got that backwards. Okay, that's supposed to come off. It's the shirt supposed to come off. Alright. And you're just gonna train using a shirt. Yeah, that's no, it's nothing. And yeah, just because you accidentally beat Arai that one time. Instead of ragging on Aoyama, why don't you loafers get some practice in? Yeah, watching other people train isn't going to make you better boxers. The inter-dorm tournament's coming up soon. But we got no gear. Punching bags are all tied up and the makeshift ring's like a traffic jam. Plenty of gear around. Take this pumpkin. Just put the pumpkins on your fists. Okay. No, he's just going to do some paratrooping on him. Ordinarily, I do this with a nice lead-weighted medicine ball, but clench your stomach muscles. Oh, God, that's how Kudini died. Yeah, train your abs so you can take a body blow, no problem. Yeah, same idea as our little paratrooper game we used to haze the new guys with. Okay, so you guys did that too. You guys did paratrooping as well. It does not seem like the special reformatory is much worse than the jail we were in. Okay, Rikishi throws off the gloves. He's done with his training. Ooh, no, just doing some actual, not punching training. Just some push-ups. Some just exercise in general. Yeah, all you take a good look at Rikishi. That's how you train. Not just about hitting a punching bag. Boxing needs to be supple. Needs bounce on his lower body. Yeah, I need that bounce. Give it a try, everybody. All right. Getting everybody to do some actual proper exercise. This kind of training ain't no fun. Yeah, this kind of training sucks. I hate it. I can't do it. I can't stay consistent with it. I cannot. But Aoyama, still trying. Still trying with just his shirt. Yeah, you really like boxing that much? Yes, I love it! You do you? Ever since Rikishi and Ibuki's match, I sort of feel like it changed my outlook on life in all kinds of ways. Changed this whole outlook on life. Since I'm so small, I've always been a scaredy cat. It's all over the second someone gets angry at me. I just start cowering, so I never dreamed about trying to fight anyone. But boxing's different. Sure, you're hitting each other, but it's a sport. You're not doing it because you're angry. In fact, if you get angry, you're done for. Well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but that's why their last match ended up that way. Rikishi let hate get the better of him. Yeah, very perceptive. But I mean, don't butter me up like that. I get all awkward when people say nice things about me. But you said yourself you aren't exactly blessed on the physical side of things. No normal training regimen is going to help you stand up to those guys. Yeah. Alright, special lessons. Special lessons. Hell yeah. Those little goober. But alright, Joe managed to do it. Hell yeah. I love that. I love we got another kid for Danpei to train, though. Another one for him to be the mentor to. And yep, Danpei's just trained little shrimp Aoyama. Wouldn't even look at me when I told him about Joe. Oh, yeah, to go piss Joe off. After all this effort Joe's put in. But I'm sure that's part of Danpei's strategy. Maybe part 5 is this. Part 5 is the mental game, what he's doing right now. And yeah, Joe's hands still bleeding. Still bleeding. Alright, let's go see Danpei. Passed by Rikishi. Doing a bit of training. Back to shadow boxing. Looking a little pale. Oh, but timid from that response. Alright, teaching him the right stance. Getting that fist in front of your chin, other one to your side. Protect that side with the bad organs. Protect that chin, weak part. Yeah, I did it, old man. Not even going to pay attention to him. There you go, now you're talking. Once you got the stance, the next thing to work on is your jab. We use that to keep your opponent at bay and open up their stance so you can move in with a right. Okay, no, he does turn around and look at him. I did it just like you said. Turn. Oh, okay. Yep, just turns right back to him. I thought he was about to say, hold up, you're going to talk to us, but nope. Hold up, that jab isn't a straight punch. You can't lean forward and put your body into it like that. Keep more of your weight on your back foot. That way you'll be able to throw more punches and won't end up off your balance. Yeah, just like that. Tournament's almost here. No time to screw around. Look, Rikishi's practically on fire. He's a beast. And me, I'm through with putting up in front. I'm panicking here. Yeah, I'm glad he's saying it. He is panicking. This is not going to go as easy as last time. Rikishi is not going to fall for the same thing twice. And yeah, quit making such a racket. I got my hands full coaching Aoyama right now. Aoyama, let's go find somewhere nice and quiet. A few secrets I'm dying to pass along to you. But are you sure? I don't like the way Ibuki's looking at me. Come now. Master the secrets I'm going to teach you, and you'll have nothing to fear from the likes of him. Oh my god. But yeah, seems like he's turning his back on me. Seems like he's fully betraying you, teaching this kid how to take you down. But it's the mental game. That is For Tomorrow, Part 3. Ooh, gorgeous, gorgeous fucking splash page here of just some nice art of the prison. Oh, God, the detail that goes into a shot like this is incredible. We've seen so much 60s manga and there's nothing like this. Nothing. But it's coming down like cats and dogs out there now. Day after day. When's this goddamn rain gonna let up? Can't do any practicing out there either. And back to gambling. Can't be outside boxing. And Joe's just really mad at how much noise they're making while gambling. But no, he's just mad at himself, truly. Alright, he's going back over Part 1 and Part 2 again. Going back over them, see if he learned anything else. Or, you know, just reminiscing about the days when Pug used to teach him. Yeah, what's going on? He's been snapping at everyone all day long. Shut it, get out of my sight. Yeah, he's just an angry little pup right now. And okay, yeah, Danpei's here again, training Aoyama once more. Been here all morning working with Aoyama. No idea how he's seeing that little twerp, but he seems pretty fired up. I can't get over your design. Missing teeth and sunken eyes, the balding hair. You are just a corpse. And yeah, the secret training. Go see it for yourself. The whole thing's kind of cute. Yeah, this guy does not know how to keep his mouth shut. He does not know how to keep his damn mouth shut every time. He's sobbing now. Yeah, keep talking that bullshit like that to me and you'll be sorry. Joel, talk back to Joe. Know your damn place. He is sobbing so much. What a fucking weakling. Alright, out in the rain. Wound up like a spring for sure. Alright, gonna go see everybody training. Damn, he's teaching him footwork! He hasn't even taught us footwork! But, you know, he makes us want it, essentially, I guess. But we already seemed like we wanted it pretty well. Alright, Rikishi, rubbing it in our face as well. And it's so painful seeing Joe for the first time trying to be nice to somebody, trying to have a genuine connection, and then them just blowing him off. Like, you know, it's what he's done to everybody, but now that it's being done to him. Yeah, okay, no more stubborn posing. I'm begging you here, on my hands and knees. See? Now please, coach me too. I've fallen head over heels for boxing. I've got to beat Rikishi this time, please. But aren't you being just a little pushy, Joe? Damn. How many times I gotta tell you I got my hands full coaching Aoyama. Ooh. Brutal. Yeah, and everybody saw that too, him begging. Nothing sadder than a stray mutt abandoned by its master, eh, Joe? Oof. Being told that by Rikishi hurts even more. And yeah, what could he have possibly done to piss him off? You know, I mean, obviously we didn't, but Joe's thinking, what could I have done? And they're all thinking, what could he have done? Alright, done asking. Looks like the punch-drunk old bastard won't coach me no matter what I say. So I'll grab this tournament by the balls all on my own. But yeah, that's what he wanted you to do. He saw already that you have the instinct that you can train yourself just as well without him. But then you were relying on him, so he wants you to not have to rely on him, I think. But alright, now, a few days later, in Dorm 7, right next to Dorm 6, where Joe and the others live. Okay, we probably said Dorm 6 a couple times, so I should remember that. Instead of just saying the dorm where we are at, the dorm where we are at, Dorm 6. But in Dorm 7, something totally unexpected occurred. Help! It's Numata! Somebody get the doctor! Come quick! Probably just another brawl. No, not this time. But forget that, just the doctor. Someone flattened Numata, even though he's locked to represent Dorm 7 in the department, or in the tournament. But, so who was it? It seems like it's gonna be Joe, of course. I don't know. Like, I was gonna say, like, you know, oh, they're setting up Joe, but I mean, but why would? There's not really anybody who's being set up here, actually, because I don't really think why anybody would think it's Joe with how he's been acting recently and stuff, like not wanting to really even be a part of the tournament. I don't think anybody would think it's Rikishi. I don't think anybody would think it's Pug. I don't think anybody would think it's Aoyama. So I don't know. Just this has got to be some non-named characters having some beef and stuff that, like, you know, shit's getting serious now because, you know, the tournament people want that position. Ooh. Got torn apart. And he was wearing his gloves. And it was Aoyama. What? We weren't just brawling. It was a prelim for the big day. I told him I wanted to represent our dorm no matter what, and Numata said bring it on. So we put our gloves on, and I did just like Mr. Dompe taught me. And now here we are. By the time I knew what was happening, Numata was on the floor covered in blood. What do I do? Oh boy, it's gonna really be a bloody Sunday. Sheesh. But okay, it seems like he agreed to it. He put the boxing gloves on and everything. And yeah, they made it a proper bout. This wasn't a street fight or anything. This wasn't jumping. Yeah, nothing to be done about it. Maybe thinking about going easy until the actual tournament. No need to overdo it. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't seem like Aoyama, I mean, not even doesn't seem like he definitely was not trying to do that in any way. He is terrified. He's crying. But yeah, Joe. How's he going to feel about that? That's got to be some complicated emotions between the two of them. Oh, he's just trying to get some tips on training. Tell me what Aoyama did to him. Tell me everything about their fight. Tell me every detail. Yeah, Joe's not thinking about the right thing here. The whole thing was practically over before we knew it, though. I didn't see either, or me. I was concentrating on the shogi board. Same here. Nobody saw it. But yeah, why the hell would we lie about it? I mean, Aoyama was grumbling about wanting to be one of our 5 fighters, so Numata said, if you want to get picked so bad, let's see you take me down. And then we saw them start the match. But then, yeah, you just started playing shogi instead of watching? But no, we watched. Figured it'd be fun to see Numata put him on the ground in a few seconds flat. But see, that freaking Aoyama just made like jello. Huh? And just jiggling around instead of throwing any punches. Felt ridiculous to watch him run away from Numata instead of fighting, so we started playing shogi instead. More interested in watching those two play tag anyway. Sounds like what Joe did during the, Rikishi fight. Next thing we knew, Numata was lying on the floor in a bloody heap, and Aoyama was just hovering over him like a ghost. Yeah, either way, Aoyama's in the tournament for sure. If his mental capacity is going to allow him to be. But yeah, aren't you going to ask Aoyama? Nope. Ask him. I got nothing to say to him. Waste of time. Oh, grumpy little boy. But, it's a funny situation, ain't it? What is with Aoyama? Up till now, he might as well have not existed, but now he's filling up your thoughts more and more. Yeah, that small little boy, innocent, little nothing of a man, filling up your whole thoughts now. Spare me your psychologizing. I don't give a shit about Aoyama. Uh-huh. You gotta start being honest with yourself at some point, Joe. Why can't you face up to the reality? I know you've had a glimpse of the truth, so you're making yourself look away. It ain't like you. Yeah, I had a glimpse of the truth, now he's looking away. Doesn't want to see the reality that's in front of him. And yeah, the truth that Aoyama took down Numata, Dorm 7's best fighter. He's bloodied him up and knocked him out. So what? What the hell you want me to do about it? You're going to be in that tournament too, ain't you? Seems to me you're just trying to convince yourself it was a fluke or something. Desperate to ignore the reality. I'm not trying to ignore anything, but there's no point in harping on it. I mean, that's true, but, feels like a bit more than that. But he's just thinking, nope, I'm just still going to say, if Aoyama could beat someone like Numata, then, it must be something seriously wrong with Numata. Once again, just thinking it's a fluke. Joe, you think Numata fought Aoyama with his hands tied behind his back? The way I hear it, he went after him as hard as he could, wanted to put him down as fast as possible, but he got put down instead. Ended up in a bloody mess to boot. What do you make of that, Joe? That anger. The anger. That's what caused you to go down. Has he realized it? Has he realized it, or is he just realizing the reality of Aoyama's strength? Okay, gonna actually talk with Aoyama this time? Just now. What'd you do to Numata? Okay. Okay, and then what? Splashes water all over the place. Why? Yeah, I'm gonna be representing Dorm 7 in the tournament, so there's a chance we're gonna meet in the ring. Asking me to tell you my moves. Well, isn't that like asking someone to tell you beforehand what they're going to throw in rock, paper, scissors? Yeah, true. Joe's such a high-strung guy right now, though. Yeah, stop trying to intimidate me. Listen, Yabuki, I understand why you're so worked up. You're pissed that Mr. Dompe is focused on coaching me, right? But that's not my fault. He wants to coach me. I'm just letting him. It's his idea. But if you really hate me so much, instead of taking it out like this, can you at least keep it to the ring? If you hate me so much, instead of taking out that hate right now, can you take that hate into the ring? I think Aoyama knows exactly what he's saying here. Got a little showdown with the scrawniest little brat in this place. No good letting it get violent now. Wouldn't want to see you lay Aoyama out. Though it's not entirely clear that's how things go down at this point. Yeah. Either way, best to save it for the tournament. A vague notion of what your teacher might have showed our friend Aoyama here. For me, it's no big deal. But for you, Joe, for you it seems like a big old problem. Well, I'll be down on my knees praying like crazy that Aoyama doesn't score an upset on the way to the finals. I'm counting on our rematch. You gotta go through Aoyama before you even get through him, bud. Oh boy, at this point Joe had lost all sense and reason. His head was spinning with futile envy, panic, anger, and a dizzying kaleidoscope of faces whirling before his mind's eye. I like these two. You know, the fact that the ghoul and the main guy are in his mind as well. But yeah, there's a lot of going on. Big worries, big psychological problems for this fight more than anything. And then Sunday finally arrived, bringing with it the opening of the inter-dormitory tournament. Oh, okay. Yoko dropped off a bunch of sweets for us. A bunch of bags of sweets for each dorm. But everybody, you know, be nice. Don't share your sweets. Come on. Oh, remember, there's a box for each dorm. So everybody should get their own bag. I thought a whole dorm was going to have to share a bag. Never mind. Each dorm gets a box. Okay, yeah, I didn't see the multiple people carrying boxes. But okay. So hell yeah. Got some treats for us. Very nice. Thank you, miss. You know what? I got some mixed feelings on you, but I'll say thank you for this. Yeah, I was really expecting her grandfather to be like, you know, a piece of shit guy that she was like trying to, get out from under his shadow or something, but it doesn't seem like that at all. The fact that he's a boxing nut as well, that he's doing all this because it's boxing, you know, definitely feels like it's going to be a guy we're going to have to face down the road or something like that. Or at least, you know, maybe not in the ring, but a guy we're going to have to, like, you know, we're definitely going to see him and have a whole conversation with him about this stuff in the future. Long down the line. But are we doing Dorm 1 first? No, just checking on Dorm 1. Okay, and Dorm 1 is Rikishi. Okay, I should keep that in mind. Dorm 1 is Rikishi. Yeah, it doesn't need anything before a match. Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want it, you know, you want your body to not be having stuff inside it that's moving around. It's going to throw you off. Meanwhile, over in Dorm 6, Yabuki, he went off somewhere. Why are you offering to go look for Joe? The amount of times you've got your ass beat by Joe for talking back to him, and you're going to be the one to go find him. I mean, it says a lot, I guess. Okay, there he is, practicing some more, even right before the match, tiring himself out. Just going ham on that bag. Yeah, what are you doing? The first match is about to start. You know, the tournament, everyone's already there? Yep, rips the bag open, all the sand comes out. And yeah, I guess he hasn't seen us do that before. And even Rikishi didn't do that. But yeah, who's my first opponent? I asked who my first opponent is. How should I know? Nishi went to go draw the straws. Okay, yeah, it's going to be randomized. Yeah, he's got a smirk now and everything. He was so worried before. He was depressed as hell. But now, he's got a smirk? What the hell? And yeah, immediately. Man, Joe really seems different these days, don't he? Just keep it to yourself. Might flip his lid and come after you again, idiot. Stop. You gotta learn to keep your fucking mouth shut when it comes to Joe. Meanwhile, Aoyama got Danpei there, teaching him still. Hey, old man, see you're giving a little last-minute pep talk there. But I hope you've got as much confidence in your first aid skills. Aoyama's gonna need everything you can muster. Trying to put on that false bravado, but I think it's gonna drop the moment he's actually, you know, in the ring thinking about it. But yeah, I don't expect he'll be the one needing a nurse. Yeah, it's gonna be you. Let me give it to you straight, Joe. Keep telling yourself he's the same Aoyama he was a month ago when you're in for a rude awakening. Yeesh. And yeah, once again worrying. He's just gotta keep telling us. I mean, he's sweating it right here, even just hearing this in the background. Alright, Dorm 11's first. And yeah, Joe's getting mad. Nishi's just as afraid of Aoyama as he is Rikishi. Why are you so afraid of him? Oh, there you are, Joe. Here's the thing, got some funny feeling about that Aoyama. I can't quite put my finger on it. Seems like he's come a long way, and something about it just makes me worried he's gonna mess you up, Joe. Yeah, this is gonna, like, the fact that we didn't lose to Rikishi, but we might lose to Aoyama, that's gonna be very embarrassing. And yeah, calm mind's the only thing that'll protect you from something you don't understand. Very true, very true. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to have a calm mind here. Not after all this. But I don't know, it seems like Danpei doesn't want him to have a calm mind here. Maybe Danpei wants him to get beat. Okay, so we're making, Danpei Tange be the referee here and the one in charge of points and everything. That feels like he just said last time, you really should have making him. He's gonna want to game it. You know, he's gonna want to put it in his guy's favor. So I don't trust this at all. All right, first brief explanation of the tournament setup. Each dorm put forward 5 fighters, with the first to 3 victories being the winner. Which is to say, the dorm will win the right to advance to the next round. Yeah, as your instructor said, this won't be like the Rikishi Ibuki fight. Every match will be conducted according to the strict amateur rules. Okay, these will be 3-round bouts with successive 1-round extensions in the case of a draw. Every fighter will wear headgear, and even in the event of a clearly one-sided matchup, bad sportsmanship will mean a severe loss of points. Okay, in other words, think of this as no different from Olympic boxing. Damn, yeah. Being real hard ass about this. And yeah, I get the feeling every one of the old man's rules leaves Joe that much more hemmed in. Now among the participants, we've got some big old fellas and some tiny ones. Weight difference is our biggest problem here, but I'm hoping we can resolve it by using differently sized gloves. Okay, interesting. Fighters will be divided into 4 classes based on their weight, and given 6-ounce, 8-ounce, 10-ounce, or 12-ounce gloves accordingly. Being closer to a bare fist, lighter gloves hit harder and will hopefully make up for the fighter's small size, while larger gloves have more cotton stuffed into them to soften the blow. Okay, cool. I like that there's a bit of a, weight class thing going on now. Wait, the first match between dorms 1 and 9, what was the dorm 11 thing? What was the dorm 11 thing? I guess, Nishi is, representing his dorm. He's not, when he says, we've got dorm 11 first, he means dorm 7 has dorm 11 first. But I thought he meant weave as in, just the colloquial weave. I thought he was the referee, but, clearly not, so. But Rikishi's immediately I don't want to wear the damn headgear. But I'm not trying to act big or anything. I just want things to be fair. What do you mean? So you're saying 12-ounce gloves alone won't be enough of a handicap for you? Oh, okay, I see. As in, I want them to punch me in the head more because, I need it as a handicap. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But okay, yeah, and then Joe, me too. I want to fight without headgear too. I don't need that kid stuff, and I don't care about how much I weigh. Give me the biggest gloves. No, completely missing the point of what Rikishi said. Completely. He's just trying to act big. So you're that much better than everyone else, are you? Don't talk to me like that. Well, all else aside, you did fight Rikishi to a draw. Fine then. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Ref. We're trying to get in the Olympic mood. Let me recite the athlete's oath. Scrambles way into the ring. We pledge that we will fight fairly and to the best of our ability, maintaining the highest possible standard of sportsmanship. Nice one, Skelly. Alright, still call him Skelly from now on. And unlike a certain someone, we won't bring our jealousy and outside grudges into the sacred ring. Joe, you deserve this. You deserve this. Everyone laughing at you. But why? Along with Rikishi, Ibuki is responsible for this whole explosion of interest in boxing. So why is he so irritable and anxious when everyone else has been swept up in the cheerful spirit of good sportsmanship? I don't understand it. Yeah, he doesn't quite understand it himself. Truly doesn't really understand why Danpei's doing what he's doing. I don't truly understand what he's doing. I kind of get it a little bit, but I don't know. It seems like this is going to be worse for Joe in the long run, but my only guess is just that, Danpei's like, you learned so much on your own, I want you to learn more on your own, so you need to not rely on me so much. And if he goes into the match this way, it's going to be really bad. But, first off, Dorm 1 and Dorm... Wait, what was it? Dorm 1 and Dorm 9. Alright, let's see. It's going to be Rikishi versus who? Ding, 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 ding. The bell rang out in the autumn air. The first match was Toru Rikishi representing Dorm 1 against Yoichi Fukushima from Dorm 9. Alright, this guy's, he's immediately going to get taken out, but I'll write down all these guys as well. Also, I kept saying our dorms was 7. Our dorm is 6, I believe, not 7, actually. Aoyama is 7, we're 6. Nobody wants to go up against Rikishi. Nobody wants to be in this position. And people aren't going to really care about going up against Joe because his mental state's all over the place. And they also want to chant, they hate him still a little bit, so. Because I've always been unlucky like that. Wonder if there's any way I can lose the match without taking a beating. And yeah, Danpei's just rushing it. Come on, let's just get right to the fight. Come on, old man, don't be like that. What's the rush? He's got the rush, that's what it is. And yet, what's with that face? You're scaring me. Help me, help. He's already rattling him. Oh, my guard's up as up as it'll go. This stinks. Yeah, knocked out of the ring. Oof. Whew, hung over the ring, wrapped up. Damn. Headgear just falls right off. He broke it. He broke the strap. Oof. Yeah, that's a bit demoralizing for everybody else. Jesus Christ. Does the lion really need all his strength to catch a rabbit? No need for the count. Jesus. Only in 16 seconds the bell rang. Now that was an under a minute one. Yeah, that was terrifying. That was terrifying. Even with those extra large 12-ounce gloves, he knocked that boy's headgear clean off. Uh-huh. Just you watch, Nishi. If you got the KO in 16 seconds, I'll get it in 15. No, you know what? I'll take care of business in under 10. You hear me, Nishi? 10 seconds, I'm telling you. I hear you, Joe. Just cool down. Kishi's fearsome lightning-fast KO seemed to take all the fight out of Dorm 9. None of their other entrants could muster any grit, and they all went down 0-3. Okay, so this is like multiple people too? It's not like one person representing each dorm, there's multiple people. Okay. Next up, Dorm 4 versus Dorm 8. Okay, these are some more amateurs. Let's see. Okay, we're not going to get to see who won. Not important. Then Dorm 5 versus Dorm 2. Battles both fierce and foolish, unfolding one after another. These babies. Beneath the dazzling autumn sky, the boxers dealt each other losses to advance into the next round. And then, it's Aoyama time. At last, it was time for Aoyama and Dorm 7, the whole Dorm 7, to take the ring against Dorm 10. Well, not the whole, but the rest of the people. But okay. Matoba here. Yeah, okay, so this guy's not believing any of this. So, yeah, he's going to be sorely awakened. Right in front of Joe. Hey, Aoyama, give us a good fight, you hear? Alright, doing a little bit of warm-up. Oh, Joe knows why he's doing this. What is that? Just trying to cover up the fact that he's so scared of Matoba he can't even turn around and look at him. Okay, never mind. Joe doesn't understand it at all. Fair enough. I mean, Matoba's got a lot more fighting under his belt than Amada, and he sure is terrifying to look at. Just mean like fighting in this place here, not like outside out in the real world. Yeah, do your best not to look him in the face. Yeah. And yeah, it might be kind of yellow, but that ain't all there is to it. Those jumps are a great way to loosen up right before a fight. Warms up your legs, but of course the vibrations are also like a nice little massage. Goes all the way up from your heels to the rest of your body. You gonna tell me that's another one of old Pug's secrets? Probably. Joe, buddy, forget all that. You see the look in Aoyama's eye? I don't think he's even paying Matoba any mind. Keeps on looking over here at you. Oh boy. He's just thinking about the future. He's just thinking about for tomorrow. Yeah. Got those eyes set on you. Ching! Oh, great effect. He ain't worried about Matoba a tiny bit. Alright, it's enough out of you. There's plenty on edge as it is. Get out. This guy gets beaten up by everybody, but he brings it on himself. He's such a little shit talker. Alright, both boxers to the center. Come on, Aoyama. Okay, nothing below the belt. No rabbit punches. Any attack from behind is against the rules. Knock your opponent down. Get into a neutral corner straight away. Make sure not to strike with anything but your fists. Yeah, all simple. But yeah, Aoyama looks terrified. He looks really timid and everything. Why is that the case? Maybe it's because he doesn't want to, like, kill the guy again. He doesn't want to bloody him up so bad that it looks like death. But okay, round one, start. Alright, now the bell's rung. All that scaredness immediately washed away. Yeah, I feel a lot better about beating that smug look off your face. Alright, yeah. Got good footwork, very good footwork. That's the main thing Downpay taught him. No attacks from behind, though. But still, yep, just vanishes, disappears, behind him again. And he's just fucking with him, because he can't attack him from behind, but he can certainly fuck with him. Exhaust him to the point where he can't attack, and then, when he's got that slow choreographed attack, that's when you hit him with the cross counter. That's some crazy footwork, alright. Crazy footwork. That's what footwork can do for you. God, he looks so professional, too. He's so tiny, but he looks real professional. Can't even touch him. Can't even touch him. And now you're out of breath. Now, going for the big strike. Okay, and whoop, misses. Oh, he does. He hits somebody in the crowd and then boings back. What a revolting development. Oh, it's nice to see that. What a revolting development. Is that from anything besides Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four? I wonder if that's, from something else. But hold on, I gotta look that up. So it actually comes from a 1940s radio comedian, which is so old, but Stan Lee, every one of his fucking references is so goddamn ancient. But yeah, everybody pretty much knows it from Ben Grimm now at this point. But it did originate from a 1940s radio comedian. But I imagine that whoever's typesetting this and translating this is not using that based on the 1940s radio comedian. This is 1968 when this is coming out, so the height of the Fantastic Four, and maybe not the height of the Fantastic Four, but pretty close, and so I imagine that's what we're pulling on. I mean, when this was typeset, of course, this is way later, but the typesetting and translation does a great job of using a lot of like 60s isms. Once again, dodge, bonk. Right into the corner. Ooh. Yeah, now the whole dorm's turning on him. But ding ding ding, yeah. Match is over. Round's over. God, this guy can't even stand. He's gotta have the whole team carrying him up. He's gotta be carried by the balls. Like a sick old bulldog. Same as if he'd taken 10 good strong punches to the face. Yeah, he's already punch drunk. Yeah. Stop chasing around for the minute the bell goes off. See where he goes first. Alright, round 2. Ding! But okay, if you're not going to chase me, just going to stand here. Not going to chase me, just stand. Well, that's wrong. Both of you fight! He's just standing there, totally calm. Almost like he's saying, come and get me. Better not start running around again. Is he going to? Nope, he doesn't. He just stands there, but still he misses. Just a little tiny yoink of the head, and that's all. But he missed on the ropes again. Okay, so you dodged that one. But you ain't gonna be so lucky this time. Eat this! He's so big. Now he's got the whole dorm laughing at him. Just gonna make him uneasy. Now I'm really mad. Chasing him again. Whoop, damn, that's a fucking Matrix-ass dodge. Oopsie. Can't get a single blow in. Aoyama's not even moving, just fucking dodging like it's the damn Matrix. Oh, it's the Jello defense that he used to beat Numata bloody. That's what they meant by he went all Jello. I see. Got that paper arts. But yeah, just run around till you tire him out, then switch to Jello defense. You can't do Jello right off the bat because they might actually hit you. But once they're exhausted, then Jello works a lot easier. I mean, it's very true. He's got to fight as well, but don't worry, he will fight. Did you see Numata? This guy, Aoyama can fight. But alright, yeah, just as Joe says, it would better to call it the weak little scaredy cat defense. Now, he rushes in, picks him up. Okay. Doc points if you stay in the clinch. Okay. So never mind, yeah, that's not allowed. Of course, this isn't wrestling, you can't, this isn't like mixed martial arts. You can't pick him up and drop him. Can't do that. But okay, into round two. And yeah, throwing a swing and a miss is far more tiring than throwing a punch that connects. Yeah, extremely. Because you're putting your whole body weight into it. Your whole body weight's coming with it. Versus if it connects, it's not. Yeah, this is just like the Numata thing. Yep, opponent's tired out, spectators are getting bored, and right after that is when Numata ended up on the ground. Ding! Time for round 3, the last round, going down here. A single punch is gonna leave him a bloody mess. What's your plan to get away from me this time? Not one. He closed the distance. Boom! Right in the face. Oh, that hurt. Oh, in the jaw. Okay, yeah, it's not a one punch down situation. It's just unload onto him. Look at those little mosquito bites he's giving him. Like your grandma giving you a kiss on the cheek. Why don't you paste him one back? It's the last round. Quit waiting for your opening and hitting. He's not waiting for an opening. He can barely move his arms and legs. He used everything he had in the first couple rounds. Another big swing and a miss. Boom, right into a jab. This is just cruel. Like Joe said, he's beating him to death with a blunt sword. Yeah, that's gotta hurt even more. Gonna be another bloody Sunday in order. But they said it happened so fast, too. But you can see his face swelling up with every punch. And yeah, Aoyama's still real cocky. This is gonna be the toughest fight we got here. Rikishi might not even be as tough as this. But I don't know. Maybe he will. I mean, it would be fun to see them two go up against each other, Aoyama and Rikishi. And yeah, every time they tell him, come on, punch him back. So he tries, misses, and it only leads to more punches. Damn, yeah, he's not gonna have a face left after this. He is annihilating this fucker. And covered in blood again. Stomach, face again. Like, yeah, just going stomach, face, intertwining between them. Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. Mouthpiece came out. Now he's down. Right on the face. Oof. Ugh. These have been some scary matches. Yeah, she don't want to look. Damn, Rikishi don't even want to look. Once again, no need for a count, I'd say. Yeah. And oh boy, his eyes roll the back of his head, just like Numata. Yeesh, that's scary. He's got his eyes set on you. This man's turning into a demon. He is scary. I'm scared of him. Like, he's gonna turn into a bad guy, I think. Care to hear my prediction, Miss Yoko? Aoyama's Dorm 7 will make it all the way to the finals, and they're gonna climb right over Joe and Dorm 6 to do it. Yeah, I think Joe is gonna lose. I want to see Joe lose here. And the deciding match, they're gonna run right into old Rikishi. Seems like Aoyama be the one to face me too. Though as for our friend Joe, it's looking more and more like he might get taken down before Aoyama even gets a shot at him. Damn. But I don't know. I want to see Joe lose here, but I think it's going to be Joe beats Aoyama and faces Rikishi again. And finally, Dorm 6 versus Dorm 11. Here's Nishi on the thick of things. Oh, here's Nishi in the thick of things. Right, okay, I mean, I guess, we got multiple from each dorm. I keep forgetting that's the thing. So yeah, Nishi's going to be fighting too. Yeah. And yeah, Nishi's getting his ass handed to him. Might have been the boss at the detention center, but this is Toko. I'd love to throw some punches, but the 12-ounce gloves are just so damn heavy. I see. Damn, yeah, it's the weight class difference. No, but yeah, well, here it comes. What comes? Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. Gets right in his face. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Hell yeah, Nishi. Hell yeah. That's our boy. All right, winner, Nishi. Hell yeah. Damn. Yeah, like he couldn't get any punches in, but once he could, there was some powerhouses. And right on the chin, too. Yeah, heavyweights really are another story. God. Nishi looks good in this outfit, too. Oh, my lord, he's so hot. Jesus Christ, he's hot. And Joe is putting on the 12-ounce gloves. Of course he is. Didn't I already say I was going to fight with 12-ouncers? Gotta keep it level with Rikishi. They're even tough on an old bear like me. Yeah, like if Nishi could barely lift his arms. Don't lump me with you, that's a joke. Now move it. Joe's gonna, no headgear, heavy gloves. I hope that he almost loses here, and that's gonna scare him. And okay, yeah, use those little 6-ounce gloves too. I couldn't care less. Now his opponent's also gonna be using 6-ounce gloves, and they have the headgear as well. And they're probably a different weight class than him. And of course, Skelly and the main guy both went in a fight, and they both got taken out, demolished. And yeah, if you go down, we'll get knocked out of the tournament in the first round. That's not good. And yeah, if I lose, shut your mouth or I shut it for you. If I don't win this fight, I'll strip naked and walk across the whole field in my hands. Please lose. Please lose. Please lose. God, he is not taking this seriously at all. He's just trying to be a goofball about this. Trying to, it recontextualizes so much what we saw in the beginning of the series. He is hurting deeply. He was hurting deeply at the beginning of the series as well. But he tries to fake it, tries to put on this mask of having no mask. Like they say, it's the weakest dogs that always bark the loudest. God, so true. Acting like some small-time hood whistling in the dark to cover up his pathetic lack of confidence. Yep. Well, Miss Yoko, starting to look like my prediction was right on target, wouldn't you say? I certainly would. Damn, she wants to see our downfall too. Okay, it's time for Joe's match. Ding, 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 ding. Round 1, start. Get him, Matsuki. If you take him down, we'll get to see him doing a naked handstand. They really want to see that, don't they? I mean, so do I. And on the outside, I was famous for putting strays out of their misery. I see. He was a brawler as well. He's a dog killer. Better watch out, pup. Do they mean that literally? Was he literally like a dog catcher? I wonder. No talking during the match. Immediately Joe starts talking again. But, yeah, whoop, trips over himself. Already way too in his own head. And, oh, maybe the boxing gloves throwing him off balance, actually. Why the hell are these gloves so heavy? And these are only 6 ounces. I can't believe how light they are. Yeah, I told you to knock off the chatter, Matsuki. What about Joe? Yeah, Joe's talking too. sorry, just a sociable guy, you know. Now, I'm really mad. Quit the talking. But yeah, Joe, you're gonna have a real hard time here. I mean, he's putting this guy on the ropes, but yeah, you hear that? Those hits don't sound like much. Boof, 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 boof. Yeah, sound very lighty. Sounds to me like he's farting in the bath. Yeah, his jab and crosses are particularly pro, but right now he's not a boxer. He's back to being a small-time street brawler, so he's forgotten everything he learned. Yep, won't get very far battering his opponent's gloves and headgear with those big pillows on his hands. He's just pointlessly burning stamina. Poor sap. He's gonna win this one, but he's barely gonna win it. And right as you get distracted, right to the face. But it's also gonna take a hell of a lot to keep Joe down. To get him down, to keep him down, it's going to take a lot. Okay, he did it. First knockdown, though. First knockdown. Okay, back to the corner. Damn, all the way to 6. All the way to 6. That's crazy. But yeah, still, same problem. Yeah, this guy's not getting tired at all. He's not feeling a damn thing. Boom, 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 boom. What's wrong, tough guy? Those 12-ounce gloves too much for you? Like, you shouldn't have tried to copy a powerhouse like Rikishi. He's on a whole other level. Yeah, he likes that. Right in the face, right in the chest, right in the face again. Back down. 3rd time. Or I guess 2nd time, actually. But yeah, that was no knockdown. I just slipped. That was a knockdown. I'm telling you, I slipped. Stop the count. That was a knockdown, Joe. Pure and simple. Oh, and he's like, hold him by the chin. And yeah, you old bug, why are you looking at me like that? It's making me crazy. Oh, Joe, it hurts to see him like this. Still haven't learned your lesson, huh? Need me to give you a nice hard counter? Oh, okay, he's shoulder checking him. And he's grappling him. Yeah, hold it, Joe. Pushing and using your shoulders against the rules. I'm going to have to dock you. Dock me, see if I care. Points only matter if the match goes to a decision. So all I got to do is knock him out. Okay, so points only matter in a decision. Didn't know that. A decision is in like neither of them got knocked out. Makes sense. I mean, it's certainly something where it's like I feel like I have known that, but I forgot about that until you brought it back up. But yeah, just gonna keep accruing fouls and negative points. But if you can knock him out, I guess it won't matter. Isn't that true even in the professional scene? If you knock him out, it doesn't matter how much you've been docked. You can just kick him in the face. You can headbutt him. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you knock him out. That's pretty crazy. And yeah. Turning the whole crowd against him. I guess that's also why you wouldn't do it in a professional sense. You're going to get everybody turned against you. Well, yeah, he's getting this guy now. He's turned it into mixed martial arts, of course. Now that it's not boxing. Yeah, this is some big kickboxing, you know. Elbow, kick, body check. -1 point for each. Don't forget about the headbutt. You little fucking shit. Keep on docking me. Dock those points till the cows come home. But as long as I can get that knockout. Yeah. It's working. It's working. No one else seems to have noticed, but he's crying. I see. That's why he's like blocked himself. That's why he's putting his arms up and getting all these docked points. He is crying. Damn, what an excellent page too. The sound effects are amazing in this series. So glad we get them all translated and translated so well. This would drive me insane having to do each of these fucking patterns on the sound effects for each of them, but I love that they do. He's crying. That Yoibuki can't stand to lose. He's crying as he beats that poor boy bloody. Yeah, I mean, as he said, that's the number one thing he can't handle. The idea of someone being stronger than him. Looks exactly like a little kid trying desperately not to cry in front of his bully. Oh, I've been there so many times. Oh, don't remind me of that feeling. Trying to, like, fight somebody while you're holding back tears, or tears are just streaming down. God, I can't stop myself anytime. If I'm getting into a physical fight, I'm going to be crying. I'm definitely someone who cries at, like, intense emotions, period. It doesn't even have to be a sad thing. If I'm just super mad, that I'll cry as well. And so, you know, I just have cried every fight I've been in. It's not a great look. But yeah, he's got him strung up on the ropes. Not even touching the ring anymore. Jesus, he's doing fucking video game combos. Yeah, he's not holding up. He is comboing him in the fucking air like a video game. Holy shit. And this is before that whole concept even existed. That's like 20 years before the idea of comboing in a video game, fighting game existed. And then one last, boom, out of the ring. Knock out. He's not getting up from that. But it's crazy that that's allowed to count. Insane that you're allowed to just do all that. You're not just instantly disqualified. But yeah, starts the count. I suppose he won, didn't he? Guess so. But yeah, it's the shock of the fall more than the punches that'll keep him down. Yeah, like again, it's like Mr. Martial Arts. You pick somebody up a foot off the ground and drop them. That whole body weight will take him down. And Joe was counting on that. Still insane that this is not a disqualification. Crazy. And winner of the award for the absolute worst technique and attitude of the day. Yeah, damn right. So you're telling me that the thrashing your beloved little Aoyama gave that guy with the pinnacle of the art of boxing? I mean, that's not true either. But that was certainly within the rules at the very least. But alright, that's the end of the prelims. We'll see you in a week, like it or not. And yeah, let's get Matsuki out of here. Jeez. As this day of fierce and foolish clashes came to a close, Dorms 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and 12 had won through to the second round of the tournament, which would take place the following Sunday. It promised to be quite the eventful day, but for now, all anyone could do was wait. Okay, and I wonder how many more, this one was more preliminary sort of things, so I wonder how the next, it wasn't actually preliminaries, more like the semifinals or whatever, but curious to see how the second semifinals are going to go, if that's going to be, I guess if this was the semifinals and the next is the semifinals, and is that going to be more, fleshed out matches? These, none of the opponents really had to worry about at all. Rikishi, Aoyama, Nishi, Joe, those are the only guys that mattered whatsoever. Is the next one going to be matches that matter, or is it going to be as well just all we care about is those four? Though out on the work farm, what's going on? Hey, you betting on Joe or Aoyama? That's the question. Definitely going to be the biggest show around, too. I gotta believe Aoyama's defense will shut down Joe's Hurricane Rush. Not me. And we're calling it Hurricane Rush? That's what we're calling, Joe's technique now? Not me. My nose is telling me Joe's killer knockout punch is gonna speak louder than anything Aoyama can put up there. I mean, I don't know. Did you see Joe, last round? Nah, it's Aoyama all the way. Yeah, I'll bank on his technique any day. And in the mess hall, Joe may have the power behind his punches, but he's been so on edge lately. Can't rely on a shaky temperament like that. Yeah, and Aoyama's got nothing to lose either way. He's relaxed, is what I'm saying. Gotta be Aoyama. Yeah, I've got faith in Joe's right arm. Everybody's right in the courtyard. Listen, the way I hear it, that old man's still been coming to see Aoyama every single day. Guess that he's teaching him every damn boxing secret he knows. Seems like Aoyama's getting stronger and better all the time. It's like he's not even the same person no more. In the latrine, you can take Joe or Aoyama. I haven't decided yet. Gotta check out their conditioning, watch them train a little bit first. Maybe we ought to go talk to Rikishi, see what he has to say about it. These are the latrines as well? Jesus. Alright, Rikishi, training away, not letting it concern him. Joe or Aoyama, it don't matter. He's gonna crush either one. Alright, yeah, not answering the question. Not gonna answer the question. Just when Sunday comes, I expect you to thorough lesson in just how deep the sport of boxing goes. Courtesy of that old fellow. He holds the key to it all. Get me? Yeah, he's gonna teach Aoyama more and more and more before next week. He is the reason. Aoyama is showing you how deep boxing runs. That strategy matters more than anything. And while running, he's also trying to do moves that he's gotta dodge and then hit again. While running. Cool. Some good training. God, it's nice to see. It's nice to see him training someone who actually really wants it too. Not someone like Joe who's very against it from the start. And I feel again, he's got to be firing up something in him like that. But I appreciate how many chapters they let us just sit with this, not knowing. Yeah, let's see what the other horse is doing. The other horse, sleeping. Just lounging on his futon. Lazy bastard who keeps us up, Aoyama's gonna murderize him. It's murderize him, not murderize him. Murderize him. How'd you fuck that up? But again, love all the 60s-isms. Even if they somehow mistranslated that. Yeah, as soon as they see him now, everyone's changing their bets. Betting their damn underwear on Aoyama. A week's worth of brekkie. 5 dinners. Hey, no one bets on Joe. We can't bet at all. Yeah, somebody's got to bet on Joe. Oof. Oof, that hurts. Take a flyer on the dark horse and you'll have all the grub you can stomach. Not to mention brand new undies every day of the week. Yeah, but watch Joe lose. There go all your snacks. And you gotta spend the winter with no underpants. No undies. I don't like the sound of that. Alright, hide the ledger, hide the ledger. Here comes Joe. Yeah, he is a dead man walking. He's got no spirit left in him. No ambition, no will, nothing. Poor little sucker looks like a sulky little stepchild nobody wants. Where are you going, Yabuki? Over to the livestock barn. Gotta wash the mud off my hoe. Yeah, your match is tomorrow. You don't want to train? Train. But I don't know. In the livestock barn, is he doing some actual training here or something? Or seriously though, none of you's willing to take Joe. Sure, Aoyama's got the fancy defense, but Joe's still got the punches. No telling what's gonna happen. Then why don't you bet on Joe? Yeah. No, nobody wants to bet on Joe. But yeah, and they're all like, oh shit, this guy beat you up, you talk bad about him in any way. But nope. Excuse me, boys. Just need to wash my hoe. Of course, all right, it's all yours. Everybody's still scared of him, but he doesn't have that dog in him anymore. Got that dog killed out of him. What? Training to see if he can punch the falling droplet of water. Great panel. Beautiful panel. But alright, gonna train via that. Alright, found a new way to train. Is this just to do it away from everybody, or was he not planning on doing this either way? I don't think he was planning on doing this, but yeah, and then he hears Pug. Oh my god, and he's even tying his shoes for him. What a nice actual father-son relationship they got going on. Not like what we had. They're getting along so well. And they're just, it's endless training too. Like, the amount of training we got was like, you know, bits and pieces, small little, you know, stratagems here and there. But he's doing like, we're doing laps till we lose the daylight. Then we're going over strategy meetings afterwards. Whew. Oh man. Tries to sit down. The whole thing collapses under him. Back to training. Now he missed. Now he can't hit a single one. It's all in his head now. The moment he thinks about Pug, it's all in his head. What'd I do to make you want to drive me to a corner like this? Turns on the shower. Either way, I'll have to do what I have to tomorrow. Give Aoyama his thrashing for his life. Goddamn son of a bitch, you left me in the lurch and he's gonna pay for it! He's really trying to do something with Joe, but what is his ultimate goal? I'm going back and forth between many different things. The morning of the 14th, heavy clouds roil across the Sunday sky, and a piercing chill heralds the possibility of a cold drizzle at any moment. But not a single resident has remained indoors. Every one of them is clamoring ringside, heedless of the elements and intent as ever to own their wagers. Is anyone gonna bet on Joe? Going over the strategy while he does not break eye contact, staring you dead-eyed in the face. Old Pug. Never once in my life have I had such a cold, cruel feeling inside me. I'm even scaring myself. But, okay, Yoko's arrived. Here we go. Oh, but not just her. She brought her grandfather, Minosuke Shiraki, here as well. I thought this was going to come way later, but this is coming now. He's one of the financial and political titans of Japan as well. I mean, they said he was a great industrialist. Whenever you use that great in Japanese for, you know, a businessman, it's usually because they have titanic influence. If anyone so much as looks at him wrong, the whole reformatory gets shut down in a snap. Everyone line up properly to welcome him. Oh boy, this guy is gonna come. Like, you know, I don't think, you know, he seems like not the kind of guy to do this though. He seems like he's very eccentric himself. But you know, the matches that we got going on, if he saw one of those and he was this kind of guy, he'd shut down this place in a second. Holy smokes, a Rolls Royce! Didn't Yoko come in a Rolls Royce the first time too? Alright, let's see. Grandpa. Okay, yeah. Another, like, Tezuka-like design. Everybody does bow to him. Surprised. Ain't no way in hell you'd see me doing that. I mean, to be fair, they're all like so happy to get the boxing gear and everything like that, so maybe I would. Maybe I would with all that, considered and everything. But okay, Yoko pestered me to come and watch. Okay. Surprised. I thought he would have been the one to like worm his way in, but After all, today I expect we might be treated to a match more interesting than anything you might see in the pros. Oh ho! What kind of outcome is she expecting? Oh, okay. We're doing our match right off the bat. Ours is the first match. Okay. Get into gear. Get in the ring. Oh, I see your precious little students all ready to go. Impatient to get started, are we? No, Yama's just pumped up unlike you. Now quit acting all cool and get your ass in there. Or maybe you're chicken. Where's Nishi? There he is. Got your gear. Enough of that shit. Give me the biggest gloves. Again. And the mouth guard. I don't need it. Oh my god. Yeah, you're getting your mouth all cut up. You think I'll let that happen? So overconfident. Beyond overconfident. Joe. I really want to see Joe lose here. But it's not going to happen. All that swagger, even though the Shibuki lad knows how good his opponent is. I wouldn't rush to call it a front. The world is full of fools who act tough because they don't know the strength, or they don't know the other fellow's strength, or because they have an inkling, but ignore it. But to act tough when you know for sure, now that shows a kind of grim determination. If he loses after acting like that, it would mean unbearable shame, which means he'll fight like his life depends on it. Yeah, I mean, if he's putting that out in the world, he's gotta make it true. In other words, maybe driving himself to that kind of desperation was his goal all along. I'm not sure if it was his goal, but it might have been Pugs. But yeah, I feel like he's gonna beat Aoyama here, even with all this training. He wants Joe to have that fiery spirit, to want to do it more than anything in the world. Not to have that false bravado, but to have that true bravado. Hold it there. Don't fold too quickly. I don't want to make the nice old man cry. Thanks. Wouldn't want you to go down too quickly either. I'd hate to disappoint the crowd. What'd you say? Yeah, what a burn! Score 1 for Aoyama. Turns out he's got a mouth on him. Bastard, say that again. Don't get so worked up, Ibuki. Let's keep it friendly until the bell rings. Another point for Aoyama right on the nose. No. Don't go shouting off your mouth just because old Pug taught you a few tricks. And when you're apologizing later through a bunch of broken teeth, don't expect me to go easy on you. That's 1 point docked. Any abusive language or threats made in the ring. But it's not going to be a decisive battle, or it's not going to be a decision either way, so. Now he's arguing with the ref. Minus 1 point. Yep. Arguing with the referee's most serious foul of all. Says here, plain as day. Can you be disqualified for it? Okay. Yeah, better not. Watch your luck. Looking to be disqualified, you little punk. Yeah, can't let that happen. I can't. Old Pug, no. Mr. Referee, just watch. I'm going to drown that Aoyama in a sea of his own blood. I kind of believe it now. But okay, ding, ding, ding. Not paying attention though, still just talking to Nishi, even though the bell's already gone. Yep, Aoyama rushing in. Oh, he's going to throw a punch. Oh, damn, and he did. He got him right in the face. He's not doing his old tactic. He is going in for the kill. His elbows are up. You go for the stomach. Once those, he's guarding down here, hit him in the face. Once he raises, you go down there. Now his guard's down, in the face again. Time for a right cross. But again, it's going to take a monumental effort to get Joe to go down. And even more humiliating that he waited till the other guys were all exhausted before going in at them. But for Joe, no, he's just going in straight off the bat. Straight off it. Think you're so great, but away and trip over her own feet. The gloves, too heavy. Boom, boom, boom. 3 hit right in the liver, too. I hadn't expected to see such a technique in a reformatory boxing meet. Yeah, but he's been being trained by a professional. He's switching it up on him. He's an outboxer. Look at him dart in from outside his opponent's reach. Superb technique. If you'll recall, Fuji versus Locke, my dear. I assume that's Locke or Loche. I'm not sure. Locke completely shut down the champion's hammer punch, and he did it using this very tactic. I was just thinking of that very little bounce. But okay, so yeah, he's been, trying to get her to watch wrestling since she was little. And Joe is already all bloodied up, all puffed up. Yep. Mouth must be in tatters, too. He's got to be bleeding from the inside of those cheeks. Those cheeks are all cut up like crazy. And yeah, Aoyama's punches aren't some blunt sword anymore. Sharpen them into something fierce. Aoyama's strategy is don't give an inch, but take the whole mile. That's fantastic. Match is already over, it seems. But I don't know. Joe's getting a second wind here. I don't know, he's coughing, though. Okay, no, he got with inside your arms. Inside your arms like a hug. Like a hug punching ya. And then gets away again as soon as he goes wild. That's that outboxing technique. Quit dancing. This ain't a go-go bar. Get a grip. Come on, Joe. He's just getting annihilated in here. This is rough to watch. Don't be angry, princess. You're still the second best fighter in the ring right now. Dart in, strike, retreat. He's got this all sewn up, which means I need to start thinking about how to deal with him. How to handle the sterling technique Don Tonga passed on to him. How to stuff him in his tracks. But he hasn't been yet. Surprisingly, he's been definitely more on the Joe side. You know, he's been thinking Joe's going to win. Once again, trip up because of these gloves. Hits you as you're going down. That's brutal. And I love his face. I love his face. He's got that confidence that's earned. And you're calling that a knockdown? If you fall onto the mat, it's a knockdown. And just pushes him away. Neither talk in the ring can be penalized or result in disqualification. Pushes him against the ropes. Alright, fight again. Can't even get the words out to say what I want to say. Oh, that feeling. No matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to hit him. And he dances in and makes mincemeat out of me with those dull little punches of his. The hell. Again, going down to his knees. Buckling. Down again. Second down. Swinging wild out there. Look like a little kid in a schoolyard scrap. Where are your fundamentals? The jab and the right cross that Rikishi gave so much trouble. Did you forget the cross counter? Got you that draw? You telling me I should use what the old pug taught me? That's what he doesn't want to use. He wants to use his old stuff the pug never taught him. You really think now's the time to be stubborn? Save it when you got a little more elbow room. Yeah, open your mouth. What is this? Just water? And yeah, he spits it back out onto the watchers. He can smell the KO, can he? Now that you mentioned it, he was really coming after my chin towards the end there. He wants it. He wants that KO. Alright, seconds out of the ring. Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Fundamentals, Joe. You gotta remember your fundamentals. I heard you the first time. No time to be stubborn, just like you said. So just stick to the basics, huh? Okay. Uh-oh. They both realize they heard you. You're gonna stick to the fundamentals. A rapid series of lefts can create an opening to attack, or prevent your opponent from taking the offensive. Keep the elbow tucked against the left side. Swing slightly across with a twisting motion. 3 good jabs will increase the effect of a subsequent right cross threefold. But he's dodging everything anyway. You left yourself open there. Again. Just keep going with the basics. Keep going. Throwing a cross or a counter. No matter what Joe does, can't hit him. Just dodges or blocks. Continues with the body blows, hitting on the chin, hitting on the jaw. He's going for that knockout. He is trying real hard. And yeah, put him down again. Cool! Okay, now that's more like a 2000s-ism. That is not a 60s-ism. Alright, into the corner. This should be the last round. There's only 3 rounds, right? So, okay, but he got back up. I guess, yeah, the round isn't down. Like, the round isn't over if you get back up in the count. It's, it's more that we've been timing out for the other rounds. Wipe off your gloves. Then that changes his eyes. Something different about him. That vain, belligerent attitude of his is gone. Okay, he's cleared up now. What changed? Looks like he's finally recognized how fearsome real boxing technique can be. Okay, that's what it is. Now I think we'll see how tough he really is. Alright. Guards himself now, finally. Oh, yeah, really guarding that chin. Making sure you're not getting at it. Damn, that's an interesting stance, because it's hard to really, fight in that stance. What's wrong? Go ahead, son. But he's... Yeah, he looks like a different man now. Huddled up like a baby turtle pulling back into its shell. Yeah, just like they were saying about Aoyama. Now switched. Going on defense. Protecting his chin and stomach. Is he also, yeah, I guess if your arms are crossed like this, you can't get to the stomach either. You can't get at either one. Yeah, cock of the walk's learning a little modesty, I guess. Yeah. I'm beating him within an inch of a KO. Maybe Joe finally realized that acting tough will only get you so far. You look like a clown, Joe. Come on, quit squirming and fight. You're in the middle of a match. The bell rang ages ago. Get things moving, ref. Come on. Everybody looking down on him. But now Aoyama is scared as well. Is Joe learning footwork on the fly? While he's been fighting, he's learning footworks? Yeah, he's using his legs. He's using footwork. Yeah, Joe is the kind of person who can, and that was the original For Tomorrow Part 3, where he beat it into him and then he had to learn just from having it happen to him. So now, he is learning footwork too. The longer he's got in an actual match, the same thing with Rikishi. Beating up everybody else doesn't matter as much as being in an actual fight with Rikishi. Now he's getting in behind you. Whew, things are changing fast, real fast. And now he's the one he's the outboxing style. Oopsie. Yeah, he's slowly starting to learn strategy. Now he's running circles around him. Joe's just copying his own moves. The longer he's in the ring, the more he can copy his opponent and beat them with their own move. Yeah, he's forgotten his vanity and pride, and he's learning by imitation. Yeah, it's a little rough and ready, but looks a hell of a lot better than he did when he was getting ass kicked. And it's working. Yeah, little by little, he's driving Aoyama back. But, he's still getting in. My God, he's even figured out a way to sway back. Oh no, okay, I see. To sway back on his whole body. Yeah, that's no kid stuff. You can fall over real fast. You gotta have great upper body strength. And lower body strength. Didn't have to have any of it taught. Just learned it by watching. Joe really is made of something special. He's something special. Yeah, this is what he wanted. Him to learn it on his own, not to rely on Danpei, but to figure out that he's got the know-how to be able to figure it out on his own. And alright. Crack! One killer blow. One direct hit is all he needs to take him down. And is he going to be down for the count? Nope, he's not down for the count. Poor Aoyama presented a pitiful sight now that Joe had caught him within his reach. Yeah, now that facial expression's fully gone. Frozen with fear, he couldn't move a muscle. Shaking, panicky, unable to escape his pursuer. He looked to Danpei for help with terror in his eyes, but Joe's hurricane blows. Down again and again and again. Kept trying to get back up, and everyone watching this happen, you were hot shit. He thought finally his life of being tormented was over. But now, the guy who's been being an asshole to him the entire time is kicking his ass in front of everybody. His own coach couldn't give a shit about him anymore. The realization that his own coach was only using him to get at Joe. Oof. He's got it worse than Joe does. And Joe is declared the winner. And Aoyama, the loser. Fuck, man. That's gotta be really, really hard to handle. I thought Joe had it bad, but Aoyama's got it way worse. Just because he went down a couple more times doesn't mean I was done for. Why no count? Come on! Yeah, but he's speaking up, Shiraki's speaking up. If I were the referee, I'd shut it down here too. It's over. Aoyama's no coming back at this point. Defense is more or less all you've got going for you, but now that Joe has that and his offense, couldn't bear to let the match go the distance under those circumstances. Hope you understand. Okay, and he knows he lost. But I wouldn't go that far. Look, Joe is, he is bad. Aoyama's the one they should be treating. Oh my God, yeah, he's out. Passed out. Whew. Yeah, truly a superb match. That Yabuki in particular, his progress through the first and second rounds put me in the mind of the evolution of boxing itself. The early years of boxing are known as the bare knuckle era. The fighters didn't wear gloves. They eschewed defense in favor of beating each other senseless. It was a test of endurance so you could stand more damage. Yeah, it's crazy that until Muhammad Ali, the idea of dodging wasn't really a thing in boxing at all. You were meant to take every blow. It was meant to, sense of endurance. But Muhammad Ali was the first one who introduced strategy into the game. What if you bobbed and weaved? What if you ducked and you didn't let the blows hit you? And that's when it truly became a sport and not just an endurance test. Gloves were introduced and improved in the late 19th century. Strict rules and superlative defense techniques began to develop slowly over time. And as the scientific elements were added to rough masculinity, boxing finally developed into the king of sports we know today. The king of sports. Maybe at this time. Oh, who knew? Who knew? God, don't let that go to your head, Joe. So on the history of boxing in a nutshell. Aren't you going a little overboard there, Gramps? He's like 80 years old and he's upset about being called Gramps. I mean, maybe like, instead of Grandpa, Gramps is a lot more disrespectful, but no, I'm sure the Grandpa's not going to be too upset about it. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. See, I just wanted to beat Aoyama so bad that I threw my self-respect to the wind and copied his fancy defense. That's all it was. The evolution of boxing my ass. Stuff your king of sports. Immediately trying to, show him what's what with that bravado. But Rikishi maybe shouldn't be so down to the fence, Joe. Copying Aoyama kept him from putting you on the mat. Yeah, he was gonna knock you out. You were gonna lose if you didn't copy him. Danpei finally figured it out. Your plan worked even better than you could have expected. Yeah, he knows exactly what he was doing. He can explain it all to you later, but for now, let's talk about the fact that your little victory here means you and me are gonna get another shot at each other. You bet! He's so happy. That's the whole reason I couldn't let myself lose to Ao. All I want to do is settle things after that double KO. Took the words right out of my mouth. Then let's go right now, right here. Clean yourself up, then we'll talk. Can't stand to look at your bloody wreck of a mug. You bastard! I'm coming down there and wipe that smirk off your face! Your match ended ages ago, Joe. Get over to the infirmary, get yourself patched up. I want you in tip-top shape for next week. Yeah, next week, not now. So, okay, was this just one match a week now that we're done, like, the semi-finals? Nope, I guess not. So, Joe's not going to get another match this day. That makes sense, but okay. But yeah, still more fights going on. Alright? Sorry, but I'm not feeling too well. Someone take over for me. Yeah, he's done. That's the only match he cared about. But there's a boatload of matches still to go. I know, but that last bout tuckered me out. Do you need a referee? And please allow me! Yeah, okay, yeah, let Shiraki do it. Leave it to me. I made quite a name for myself as a young fighter, you know. Quit dithering and give those buns a shove. Trying to push him into the ring. Oh boy, that's gonna be very fun though. Joe and Aoyama in the infirmary together. But I feel like Aoyama, is going to take this a lot better than Joe would. Joe would be fucking jumping out of his bed to beat his ass. But Aoyama, I feel like, he's got some good sportsmanship. Yeah, that timid Aoyama boy let his dream without so much as a peep. Okay, good. Now straighten your leg. Ah! Jesus Christ. Danpei checking on him, walking away. Yeah, we just got out of the infirmary. Shouldn't you be calling the matches? Or would you give that up? Come sit by yourself in a barn. So yeah, tell him about what Rikishi was talking about. All that about having some kind of plan and it going better than expected. What the hell's going on, old man? Aoyama, come on out. Aoyama's here too! You ought to hear this too. Okay. Oh, this is going to be rough for Aoyama to hear, but... And he's crying. Single tear. Joe and you too, Aoyama. I need to apologize to you both for this. I'm down here on my knees, please. Okay, what do you want us to say? Yeah, what? Alright, the unvarnished truth. What is it? I've been suffering myself, Sure, it was all for boxing, all for you, Joe. But it's always someone else's feelings that way. It damn near killed me. All for me? Yes, for you, Joe. Don't expect you to realize it, but all this time that I've been hardening my heart, I'm giving like a country accent. I don't know why Danpei's the one character I cannot keep a voice for. I cannot figure out what fucking voice I did for him. It was all because I wanted to grasp the true nature of boxing. Talking about For Tomorrow Part 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I wanted to open your eyes to all of them. Part 5, that footwork, how to move around in the ring. Part 6, I can't this. Part 6, well, that was swaying back and cover. Whatever. Any voice, whatever. Fuck it, I'm giving up. I've been trying to keep it consistent. I cannot. It's just gonna be gravelly. Whatever the fuck. I cannot keep it consistent. But yeah, wanted to teach you defense. But there's a saying in boxing: a mediocre coach can train 10 sluggers. but it takes a skilled one to produce a single technician. Reason being, any youngster who wants to box is going to be hard-nosed, headstrong, and aggressive, more so than the average person anyway. They'll take to slinging punches right away, but when it comes to defense, that'll take a lot longer, if they even bother to learn it at all. Yeah. And if you just teach them the form and things get sticky in the ring, they'll blow their chop and forget everything they've learned. Joe, you're a prime example. For a coach like me who can't even call himself mediocre, this was a huge hurdle. I was at my wit's end, and the only solution I could see was Aoyama. Rivalry, competition, more so than Rikishi. Someone more like, to hurt the ego, because Rikishi's bigger than him, but someone smaller than him. Yep, that's right, I used you, and you have every right to be angry. So it was so easy to teach me defense because I was such a coward? I see. You are a coward whose drive to become stronger outstripped anyone's. The perfect vessel for a solid defense. I would teach Aoyama everything I knew about defending, and torment you with it, Joe. Through the pain, the gouts of blood spraying from your own body, I would make you realize the importance of difference in boxing. And just like Rikishi said, my plan worked better than I could have ever hoped. Yeah. But I did not see it coming, that like the fact that he was using a coward specifically. That's why he was able to teach him the defense, and this was all just to teach him the defense first and foremost. This wasn't just for I was saying way more broad stuff, but it was actually way more specific. You just started defending yourself out of nowhere. Suddenly you were covering up without anyone having to tell you. You were swaying back and using footwork, and you did it all so skillfully. The best coach in the world couldn't have taught you better. Yeah, he couldn't teach him it. He had to learn it on his own. It's true. If he tried to make me prance around and cower like a scared little bunny rabbit, probably would have blown it off and told you to go screw yourself. So sure of myself, I'd never been outmatched strength-wise, and I may have had to chase someone down, but I'd never run away myself. That's what I thought anyway. And then there's part 7. That's in the battle with loneliness. No one in this world is as lonely as a boxer. Okay, so it was what I thought as well. The fear and self-doubt that press on you in the lead-up to a match. No matter how good your second, no matter what genius coach you have waiting in the wings, the moment you step into that ring, you're all alone. That's a fact. It's a lonelier hell than anyone can imagine. Needed you to understand that. And I used you to do it, Aoyama. Can't tell you how bad I feel about that. I'm a guilty man. Guilty of using you as a guinea pig to satisfy my terrible obsession with boxing. But yeah, I don't care what the goal was. You taught like a wimp like me that I could do anything if I set my mind to it. Not just boxing. I'll carry that confidence through the rest of my life. Thank you for everything. I mean it. Even if it wasn't actually true, even if the intentions were not there, he still taught him regardless. And now Joe, back to one-arm training. Back to one-arm training. It's gotta be right. Or is he just trying to get those emotions out actually? Aoyama, chin up, slap in the face. Give me a second, then I'll be out of your hair. Aoyama, up till now I hated you, looked down on you. I'm sorry, forgive me. Back there I almost gave up. Those are some good punches you threw. I'll never look down on you again, and I won't let anyone else either. Not that I think any of the other guys will have the courage to, not after that. Yeah, aww. And you, old man, I'm as simple as they come, and honestly I'm getting sick of it. Good. I'm going to work hard to live to your expectations and to beat Rikishi. Hell yeah. Love to see it. Alright, I've said my piece. I'm dying to move around a little. Think I'll run over to that outdoor practice area and spend some time with the heavy bag. He's grown up so much he's willing to not be a simple brawler anymore. That bashful fool blushing like a tomato. What do you think, Aoyama? Want to watch the rest of the matches? Yes, sir. Sweet. Adorable. So adorable. And Joe, he is knocking away at that sandbag. But Rikishi's here as well. Oh, boy there. You're going at it pretty hard for a guy who just got bandaged up. I mean, he didn't even get fully bandaged up. He left in the middle. Since I know I got my rematch with you waiting for me next week, afraid that's not going to happen. Next Sunday is off, it turns out. Something's come up. What's come up? Does it really matter? The important thing is, won't be fighting a week from now. So I came ready to square things up right here and now. Okay, what? We're doing right here now while he's all bandaged up and bloodied and right after a previous fight? Well, come on, Joe. Be smart about this. Be smart about this. I'm asking if you want to fight me, Joe. Well, no need to shout like that. Sounds like you're strangling a rooster. You don't really think I'd say no, do you, you clod? Don't worry, sometimes it's just hard to know what to say when your dreams come true. Okay, no, I thought this was a test to see if Joe would, call it off and play it smart and do it when he's at his strongest, and I imagine he's still wearing those gloves that are heavier than all the others. Now I can say goodbye to this place without any regrets. He's getting out. Careful, don't let your guard down. Holy shit. Okay, stop. But he's still going after him. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, why? What happens when you let your guard down? He got him. But, yeah, how about starting the count? You hit me. You just hit me, Ibuki. Oh, you did. You hit me. I never did. I just gave you a little push. Calm down. How dare you talk like that? That's why you're coming to me, insulting an instructor. It's solitary for you, boy. Shut your hole. You won't start the count. Get out of my way. Took him down for the count. That'll come back to bite you, Joe. Nice job. Yeah, it's really going to come back to bite us. Solitary again for us. Alright, too close to the crowd here. Let's take it to the practice ring. Okay. Don't need the referee. Don't need the bell. The bell's just for the time limit. We're not going to have a time limit here. Yeah, referee's job is to break up a clinch, award points, stop any illegal moves, but I won't stoop to anything illegal, and I won't let you either. And of course, I'm not slow enough to get caught up in a clinch. And points, we're going to settle this with a KO. In other words, we don't need a bell, we don't need a referee. You goddamn blowhard. I already made you look like a clown once for tanking your last prediction. Yeah, so you're going to another prediction after getting it wrong on the first one? Don't forget what you just said. Okay, enough caterwaul. Get yourself prepared. You son of a bitch. But okay. You said under 3 minutes. I see. So yeah, he did beat him up back there, but now fix him back up the ring, give him time to recover, and pissed him off. So anyway you slice it, it's now or never. Gonna pull him down once and for all, whatever it takes. Alright. It's time for a full rematch without the crowd, without the ref, without the bell. Nothing but pure boxing. And of course, as they built it up, it's gonna storm. It's gonna rain. Alright, what's going on? Okay, inside, the match is still going on in there, of course. Yeah, trying to gather everybody. We got a problem. Rikishi and Ibuki went to the practice ring to settle the score. Settle the score? Everybody's gonna rush out there in the middle of this match. In the middle of this match, everybody's gonna leave. And alright, we're still going at it. Boo! Crack! Crack! Snack! Donk! Zoom! What the hell? Zoom! They're still going at it. It's like a murder scene. I don't know if it's like a murder scene. I might be going a bit too far. But Rikishi's getting punch after punch in on him. It's not looking good for either of them, but it's definitely not looking good for Rikishi, that's for sure. Joe's actually doing it with the footwork and everything he's learned. Maybe a little too well. What do you mean? Since when can he throw punches like that? Rikishi's tough as nails, but look, his knees are already about to give out. What the hell's going on? Is Rikishi... there's no way we saw inside Rikishi's mind. He does not want to purposely lose for any reason. Yeah, and you've only got 3 more days in this place, Rikishi. So don't do anything that might delay your release. 3 days? He's only got 3 more days here? Bam! Shabam! Let that guard down. Do. Now, you're the one getting it. Unlike you, I've been a good boy while I was in here. And I got time knocked off for foiling your little escape attempt. I only just found out I was going to be released in 3 days. Sorry for the short notice. Yeah, he didn't know either. So you're running away, huh? It's a fucking prison, Joe. Don't be a fool. Why do you think I'm here right now? Yeah, exactly. He is not running away. He's doing it right now. Oh? But what? Joe scraped off the top of his glove there, but then... What the hell was it? You've got a glorious pro career waiting for you when you get out of here. Please don't get hung up on some meaningless rivalry. Meaningless? That glorious career is exactly why I need to settle this here and now, Miss Yoko. A guy who wants to make a big splash in the pros can't have a draw against some jumped-up juvenile delinquent staining his record. I'll make you regret that. Just leave it, Joe. Enough, both of you. No need to settle this right now. But I don't know. Feels like there needs to be. Okay. But yeah, if Rikishi's going pro. Joe's going to go pro too. So there's no need to actually settle it right now. And yeah, you want to settle it in the middle of rain and everything like that. There's so much going on in this match here where you're going to hold on to it for your whole life going, but if. Settle it in the proper ring with proper rules. The big old arena. The pro arena. Okay, Joe's just going to do it. Fair enough. Nearly done half my sentence anyway. Halfway anyway. And it's probably going to be extended a lot more, though. But alright, see you in the pros. Say it like it's a done deal. We'll see if you make it, Joe. Okay, I can't believe we're actually calling it here. We're not going to do it. But okay, yeah, you're the real problem here, Dante. Expect you know you got a pretty lousy reputation in the pro boxing world. Back when I was a 6-rounder, I used to hear all kinds of nasty stories. Always getting sued and hassled in the boxing arena, giving your boxers a beating when they didn't listen, knocking down the referee in front of the whole crowd when you didn't like the judge's decisions, and on and on. Damn. Yeah, he's a really bad guy. And oh, damn, you went too far there, son. Mustn't say such things. Fine. But either way, seeing as you're pretty much a pariah in the world of Japanese boxing. Yeah, stop it already. Since when do you talk to people like that? This just feels like a normal way to talk to somebody. Is this... like, yeah, this feels like a Japanese thing. I don't get it. This is just a normal way to talk to people. You men and your dreadful mouths. What did he say that's rude? He's just describing exactly what he did. Like, I don't think it's rude to describe someone else being rude, but maybe that's just me being American. Now Joe's asking, yeah, you really are a pariah in the boxing world? Open up old wounds as a partner shot. What a crock. That was all ages ago. It's still what you did. It's still your history, dude. Take those gloves off? Why? Shut up and take them off. Why? What about it? Oh, he's got rocks in his fists. Oh my god. That's why his fists felt like, you know, they were a lot heavier. They had some bite to them. Jesus. And yeah, Rikishi was like, I'm not going to let you do anything illegal. Well, he was going to do something illegal anyway. And again, if he won this match, then it wasn't going to matter, you know. The whole time Joe would be thinking, did I really beat him? I had to have a rock in my hand. And Rikishi was going to be thinking, his punches seem so different. There must have been something different. What was so different? Yeah, you're saying like, oh, I didn't think this was a fair fight, so that's why I did it. If you didn't think it was a fair fight, why didn't you just wait until tomorrow or the day after? Not a chance. He had this look in his face when he showed up like he wasn't going to wait another minute. I don't know. It felt like a test to me. Felt like a test, like he didn't want you to actually do this. I still think, even now, he didn't actually want to fight you today. He was just, you know, testing you. You got grit, Joe, and the will to do whatever it takes to win. There's a bright future waiting for you. But still, knock him out on his ass for that. But if you ever do something like that again, I'll smash your head open with the same rock. And yeah, I hope he keeps that rock. But alright. Get some training in, though. Damn, okay. I want you to learn all the way up through For Tomorrow, part 15 by the time you get out of here, and learn it good. Okay. Feels like this might be the end of this arc. Feels like this might be the end. And now, what's this? Just a big white page with a small panel of everybody? Oh, is this like everybody seeing off Rikishi? Damn. Some good crowd shot here. Gotta draw every single one of these motherfuckers. But alright, it's gotta be time for Rikishi to leave. Oh, him wearing a suit and everything. Feels so nice. But I'm glad that, you know, he actually still got out and they didn't extend his sentence or anything. It really felt like they were going to, but he's blushing. Everybody's cheering for him. Everybody loves to see him in that suit, calling him a hottie. What's wrong? Or is he just embarrassed because Miss Yoko brought him that handsome suit? Woo! Save a little for the rest of us. Hot damn, you heartbreaker. Quiet down, fellas. I said shut your mouths, you worthless hyenas. Don't make me shut them for you. It is, well, the kind of thing I've been saying to you guys for too long. But that ends today. Just a joke. I'll be heading back outside a little sooner than the rest of you. Love that sentiment. Thanks to Miss Yoko. No to the Shiraki family. I'll be making my big comeback. We knew it was coming and there it is. Oh, Miss Yoko. Glares at him. Oh, sorry. Yep. Moron. Don't get ahead of yourself. Okay, Joe's not in solitary. Good to see. Quit your idiotic heckling and let the man finish his spout and his nonsense. Always getting himself into trouble, this guy. Oh, Skelly. Once I'm out, I intend to work harder than ever to become the best boxer I can and to live up to the expectations of the fine instructors and everyone else here at the Toko Special Reformatory. I don't know about that. These instructors haven't done a damn thing aside from make matters worse and worse and worse. Fuck these instructors. Hope they die. Let's see you make world champion. Do it for us. Then we can all hold our heads high too. We're all behind you all the way. Don't apologize to the fucking instructors. All right, you know what? I was way more on the like, you know, oh, I like Rikishi. He's a nice guy. Nah, fuck this guy. This guy fucking sucks. Beat his ass in the pro ring. Now I feel like I've got the hatred for him that Joe has. Seen him be nice to the fucking instructors. Ugh. This fucking bootlicker. Yeah, the old tearful farewell, huh? How touching. Keep up with that polite talk and no one will expect to see you back in here once you're out. What a model resident. Yep, Joe knows exactly. He's just licking those boots. He's just got his tongue so far up their assholes. Alright, walking over to Joe. Everybody's scared. Oh, I just want to have a little chat. Come to apologize for all the trouble you caused me, huh? That's the idea. Gonna punch him in the face? No, okay, he is just gonna chat. The way I hear it, Joe, when we fought a few days ago, you had a rock inside your glove. Guess the cat's out of the bag, I sure did. Damn, he admitted it. What of it? You want to come whining to me saying you would have won if it hadn't been for that? Not at all. At some point you're going to leave this place too. And from what Danpei was saying, sounds like you got your sights set on being a pro boxer just like me. Though as long as you're buddied up with that old fart, can't say I have a lot of confidence you'll make it. Anyway, when you're out, if you ever find the courage to fight me fair and square, come calling. And I'll let you dance with me again. Keep your chin up. But yeah, I like that he's like, yeah, of course you had a fucking rock in your glove. Danpei's your damn second. I'm not surprised. And it says a lot that, you know, people are going to be looking down on us a lot because we got Danpei as our coach. But that doesn't mean we're going to abandon him just because of that. And he had a rock in his hand again. Again. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just his finger there. He's just like, ugh. That bastard, I'll murder him. Talking bad about Danpei. You're going to go right back in solitary again. Alright. The doors open up. The door to hell opens back up to allow one of its prisoners release. They're still trying to hold him down. Yeah, you stinking coward. Yeah, he's the coward, Joe. Yeah, he's the coward. Now you gotta cuff him and everything just to keep him restrained here. And damn, he got a convertible. He's going with Miss Yoko. Damn. This fucking guy. I was just ripping Joe a little and he blew his top. Same as always. Yeah. Shouldn't mock someone who'll be in here for a long time yet. You're right. I feel bad about that. Damn. Yoko is harsh as shit, too. She knows how to shit talk herself. Which honestly just makes her even more hypocritical. Talking about the, oh, you harsh-mouthed boys, you foul-mouthed boys. Girl, you're just as foul-mouthed. Alright. Off they go. Damn, I mean, yeah, if that ain't his girl, if they aren't, you know, that is the most definitive, yep, Yoko is his girl. And the gates of hell close once more. Back into the darkness. In the days after Rikishi's departure, the reformatory sank into a strange silence, as if the life had gone out of the place. When the third and final Sunday of the tournament rolled around, the matches went ahead as planned, but without Yoko Shiraki in attendance. Yep, she didn't give one shit about this place. She tried to pretend, oh, my father's into boxing, so I'm kind of into boxing, and I have a, you know, a stake in this place, and oh, I want to see it. No, all that was just bluffing. It was all hot air. She only gave a shit about Rikishi. She never gave a shit about us. Naturally, in Rikishi's absence, Dorm 6 had no trouble beating Dorm 1 to win the championship. And of course, Joe's strength and skill completely overwhelmed his opponent. But it gave Joe no pleasure at all. Something was missing. He felt unsatisfied day in and day out. No matter what he tried, it only left him feeling impatient and irritated. The thought that he would have to spend the months to come in this dark concrete box, where his spirit continued to smolder away, it couldn't help but bring him down. Yeah, rain again today. On rainy days, the residents breathed a sigh of relief. It meant they were excused from their grueling farm work, I see. And on such days, the residents mostly whiled away the hours in their dorms, reading or shooting the breeze. Joe, leaning against those futons, as always. Yep, forming that fist. Whew. Doing a little tiny bit of shadowboxing, not really training, just like, you know, reminiscing, really. Still got that snap, huh? Did you hear that? This clown's gonna start a band when he gets out. What's so funny about that? Just wait till I get a guitar in my hands. Those group sounds bands won't have nothing on me. This group sounds bands won't have nothing on me. Oh, that's sweet. Good to see everybody here have some ambition and stuff. It's not just boxing. Yeah, what about you, Skelly? You got any plans? Yeah, what are you gonna do on the outside? Me? I'll probably end up stoking the fire at a bathhouse. What? Yeah, dreaming a little small there, Skeleton? Ain't my dream. See, the family runs a bathhouse. I see. Me? I'd rather just be some kind of boring old businessman. But once they find out I've been in here, no one will hire me. I see. Nothing wrong with a bathhouse, but stoking the fire is a drag. At least you're gonna make you the attendant. Yeah, they want him to be an attendant so he can hire all them. You bums. Ibuki, old man Danpei's here. Okay. He's got all the fire sucked out from him now that Rikishi's gone. But okay, yeah. Those two have just been training, non-stop since. And yeah, I'm surprised they let him see, we went from, you cannot, even parents can't come, see anybody here, to, oh yeah, Danpei can just show up and train Joe. They don't give a shit. This place doesn't give a fuck anymore. But okay, yeah, Yoko arranged it, of course. And he's not keeping up with the boxing world, doesn't know what's going on with Rikishi. But come on, yeah, you must have heard something, what Jimmy's training at, or what. If you're not going to do it like I say, I got no reason to be here. Yeah, just do some jump roping. Don't focus on Rikishi. Nice to see all the toiling away we got to do, all the training. As I said, I'm a sucker for actual seeing it. But yeah, exhausted, coming all the way back, and then poof, popping out, just passing out on the table. And they can't even wake him up for nothing. He's sleeping that sleep of the dead. But alright. Then now they just brought everybody to the rec room instead. They're actually watching boxing. They watching Rikishi on TV? No, it doesn't seem like Rikishi. It just seems like they're watching general wrestling. To keep the residents of the reformatory from pining too much for the outside world, they're allowed to watch only sports, cartoons, and educational programming. To keep them from pining too much for the outside world. Jesus Christ. Every time I just, there's always something more horrific about prison every fucking time. Holy shit. Oh, okay, yeah. Because that one ended early. We'll show you a Previews to Tape 6-round opening bout. The match is between two up-and-comers in the featherweight division. The featherweight division? Toru Rikishi's in the featherweight division? How? In what universe? This is the classic fucking thing with Japanese manga. I don't know why it's in manga all the time. You don't really see this problem in comics. But manga underestimates the weight of their characters so much. So much. But alright, Saburo Kongo and Toru Rikishi. Yep. Did he say Rikishi? Yep, Rikishi's on TV, baby. In the red corner, representing the Tiger Boxing Club and weighing in at 126 pounds. Yeah, that guy's 126 pounds. This motherfucker, he's a boxer, and he weighs less than me, way less than me, nearly half as much as me. Maybe not nearly half as much, but closer to half than not half. That's crazy. And I mean, I'm a small person. I'm pretty short-ish. I'm 5'8" or 5'7", maybe 5'9". I don't know my damn height at all. But either way, I'm 180 pounds, maybe. This motherfucker's 126 pounds. I got no muscle on me. Muscle weighs more. He's 126 pounds. Rikishi is 125 pounds. How? This motherfucker? Look at me. I'm 180 pounds. This motherfucker's 125 pounds. Are you fucking joking? In what universe? How much does fucking Joe weigh? 15 pounds? What are we doing? What are you talking about? 125 pounds. Fuck right off. This man's face weighs more than my whole body. In the blue corner, representing the Shiraki Boxing Gym. Yep, he's got the Shiraki Boxing Gym. That's where he's training. And weighing in at 125.5 pounds, Toru Rikishi. I can't believe he's only 125 pounds. What the fuck? Just is the mangaka not watch boxing? Or I mean, like surely he must. Like I'm thinking, like, how do you not understand weights this badly? But again, I think the problem with it in manga is just that Japanese people tend to weigh less. They're typically shorter, skinnier, and stuff like that. They just have less of a stature. So you're basing off of that. You're basing off of your own how much you weigh, and being like, well, based off of that, this guy must weigh this much, and undershooting it by an insane amount. This guy definitely weighs over 200 pounds. Easy, without a shadow of a doubt, he weighs over 200 pounds. And yeah, Yoko, as they're all realizing, oh, Yoko only gave a shit about Rikishi. She never cared about any of us. What a bitch. And Nishi went up front to go be with Joe, but now nobody can see. So big. And alright, let's watch the match on TV. This is going to be fun. Get him, Rikishi, for Toko, make us proud. Yeah, the hell's a reformatory you have to be proud of. Exactly, hell yeah. It was only a 2-year break? Damn, Rikishi made it sound like it was so much longer than that. It was only 2 years. And I imagine he'll have no trouble with this guy. I imagine first time back. Yeah, they were terrified of him when he was throwing his weight around. What a bunch of kiss asses now. But Kongo himself is a talent on the rise. Don't come out yet. He's narrowly avoiding falling down the ropes. It's good. I mean, his name is Saburo Kongo. I think Saburo was like a very famous either warlord or samurai, one of the two, something like that. And then Kongo is, the god of one of the Ashuras or whatever. Impenetrable skin, iron skin, immovable object sort of guy. And even Aoyama's, get him back with the ropes, give him a body blow. Yes, cha-cha-cha, good on you, cha-cha-cha. Hip-hip-Rikishi, shut up, you fucking idiots. Alright, but now he's got him against the ropes. He's actually got him against the ropes. And boom! Oh, but that was Kongo. Kongo got him. Oh, got him down. Got him down. This is going to make, all of them. Whoa, if Rikishi, that's what the pro boxing world's like. Now you can get someone even like Rikishi down to the 8 count. Whew. His whole body's swaying back and forth. Kongo's staying low and closing the gap with Rikishi. Rikishi swings, but boom! Kongo lands another counter. In trouble, up against the ropes. Damn, that would be a shock to everyone's system if he lost here. That'd be crazy. And yeah, there's 2 things. The pros really are another level, and also 2 years hard to overcome, I guess. But I'm not sure, actually. This one probably not. It's more likely that. Oh, Yoko's going to his corner as well. She's not his second, but she's saying something to him. Words of comfort, perhaps. Kishi seems to be nodding along gratefully. A lovely scene blooming in the shadow of this ferocious gladiatorial contest. There's a scattered applause breaking out amongst the crowd. Now there's the bell for round 2. Saburo Kongo comes practically flying out of the corner. Meanwhile, Rikishi is a little slower to join the action. Kongo comes out swinging. Seems like he's looking to bring this to a close here in round 2. Rikishi's back against the ropes. No, he's danced out of the way. 2 right hooks coming off the ropes. There's a third, and there's a solid left hook. Rikishi's fighting his way back. Now it's Kongo up against the ropes. Come on, but it's the same thing going to happen. This is what happened last time. Rikishi on the attack, a superb flurry of blows, like he's been reborn. Give him an uppercut. Don't let this blockhead slay it out. Finish it. Now Joe's getting super into it. But, okay, no. Ding, right on the chin. Took him down. Okay, stay down, you son of a bitch. He is rooting for Rikishi now. Alright, yeah, you're a winner by KO. 1 minute and 45 seconds into the second round. Todo Rikishi overcoming a long absence and to announce his return to boxing in a brilliant fashion. Yeah, he did it, he freaking did it! Joe's more happy than anybody. Not sure what to make of that. Ibuki and Rikishi were just at each other's throats in here. Now look at him. That's probably a good sign. Yeah, feels a sense of kinship with him now. And here we see Rikishi's backers, the Shirakis, offering unstinting applause at the opening of the second chapter of Rikishi's glorious career. But yeah, thank goodness, I was beginning to sweat there. Yeah, I guess he doesn't want his own rival to be beaten. Of course not. Yeah, that's right. Keep on up in your game, Rikishi. Drink in all that applause. Hold your head up high so I can knock you down even further when I get out of this place. We step into the ring together. That's why he was cheering. Can't wait to see the look on that stuck-up princess's face when I cut you to ribbons. Sure, I'm looking forward to all of it. Guess you might say it's my reason for living at this point. Damn, Joe. Soon after, Nishi and Aoyama were both released from the reformatory. Even though he and Nishi had arrived on the same day, Joe's term had been extended thanks to his failed escape attempt. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm surprised they had the same, sentence. It's not like they had the same crime, so why would they be released on the same day? But anyway, eventually, the day Joe Yabuki had longed for it finally arrived. Was not expecting to get a time skip between this page and this page. But in the page itself, we got a time skip. It did not feel like the point we were going to. But, indeed we did. And the fact that Joe is getting out this early, what the rest of you guys do to get in here? Like, what the hell is your sentences? Because it seems like Joe did worse than anything anybody in here has done, but his sentence was quite low compared to your guys' apparently. So, I truly don't know what you could have done worse. Like, did you murder people? Is everybody in here murderers? Yeah, says he can't stand garbage like a ceremony, so he's not going to do anything like that. But I hear he's going to pass by the farm on his way, so let's take the piss out of him one last time. Make a real monkey out of that, Joe. You haven't been putting up with little shit swagger long enough. This will make it all worthwhile. Alright, yep, and his civvies. He's leaving. Oh, speak of the devil, here he comes. Got his old clothes back, got his hat back. Oh my god, it's been so long. Got his old one eye to hold his hand. Looks like he couldn't wait to change out of those duds and go strutting his stuff. Well, ain't he a picture? Didn't Domface force him to bow? Don't make us fucking bow to these pieces of shit. And yeah, look, everyone's lined up the fence to say a fond farewell. No, they ain't. Give me a break. Ain't no one in here fond of Joe. Can't wait to see him gone. He's the poster boy for crazy yahoos everywhere. Disappear already, then we can all finally relax again. Yeah, he's gonna go try and beat their asses one last time. He's gonna get back in his prison. Yeah, cause any trouble, we'll march you right back in that gate. You don't have to worry, sir. Whatever trouble I may want to cause, that fence will keep your boys safe. Okay. What about me, though? Yeah, he's been getting it. But alright, yeah. Oh, look at this stupid dumb idiot. What's with the ruckus? Around here, you look like a bunch of monkeys and hippos shrieking in the zoo. Never seen anything so pathetic in my whole life. You dirty stick, and he can't talk to us like that. Oh, the little hippos in Goodwill was gonna cry. Didn't think it'd get more pathetic, but oh well. Okay, yeah, throw dirt in his ass. Eat this, throw manure in his face. Show your ass. Alright, but yeah, pick it up with his bare hands, throw it back at him. Get him, boys. Alright, manure fight. This is a perfect like ceremony for Joe. Throw manure. And yeah, hit the instructors. Now the instructors throwing shit right back. Even the instructors are getting in on it. Every last one of you is going to solitary. Okay, then it's not solitary anymore. Oh, I got inside my undies. Can't believe the old man helped Joe out, not to mention the instructors. But yeah, hell of a way to say goodbye, but you know, feels kind of right somehow. Oh, so sweet. Just like that, yeah, they don't want to see him go. Gentlemen, all of you boys, thanks for everything. See you around. Guess it's about that time. Hey, you Bookie, next time I see you, you'll get a bucket of shit water over the head. It'll be a dump truck of gravel for me, and don't you forget it. Yeah, they're all feeling this too. So long. See ya never, you cabbage brain jerk. Take care out there, Joe. Asshead, you shit stain. Have a nice life. Talk all you want. They're all sad to see him go. Yeah, everyone's deflated now, even the instructors. It was nothing but trouble I was here, but now he's gone, the place feels kind of empty. Whew. Back in the real world. When does this arc end? I don't know. I think we gotta end it here. We're out of the prison. There's no chapter end marks for any of this, so I'm just gonna make an exact decision and end it on this page here. I am waiting for the big old splash page, so I'm gonna keep reading after this and wait till we get to that. Maybe I'll then change our mind or something. I don't know, but I at least gotta make it ending here. This was a hell of a long arc. This was like we're on to volume 5 already, so goddamn. This was not four entire volumes, maybe like 3 entire volumes of an arc, just inside the Tokyo Special Reformatory Prison. Like, before we went into here, were we didn't really know anything. We were just a brawler that Danpei wanted us to get into boxing, but we didn't give a shit. And now we've left, and we are actively seeking the pro world. We have gone through so much character development through each individual moment of this. This feels like, there was like multiple arcs within this whole saga here. I wonder, if we're gonna catch up on like what's Nishi been doing, what's Aoyama been doing. Are they gonna become like regular reoccurring characters? Are they gonna move on to their own thing? What are the kids gonna be like? We haven't seen the kids in quite a while. They haven't been allowed to come watch or anything. So like, I can't wait to see them again. We're gonna have to work on like Danpei. Like the fact that Danpei is such a pariah. We're gonna have to work on that and figure out, what we're doing there. Like, how we can. What can we do other than just telling him, hey, don't do that shit anymore, please? Yeah. I'm not sure what to say. This is just a really, really good arc. It was making me really emotional here at the end with everybody. If we actually got to see these guys cry, I probably would have cried myself, for sure. And if we got a rival now we're seeking to take down, we got what's the next arc gonna be called? I don't know. What is it gonna be? I don't know. I'm still not even sure if this arc's over. I still don't even know, but I'm just having to say we're gonna end it here, and then I'll be able to tell later. The introduction of Aoyama and like using Aoyama during this arc was greatly needed. If it was just Joe and Rikishi, I'm not sure if it would fully hold up. But with Aoyama as well, it helped a lot. Skelly and the guy who wants to start a band becoming more characters as well. I appreciated that. As we went on, they slowly became more kind of characters, but not enough to take away from anything. Prison arcs always get me. I'm always a huge fan of prison arcs, especially one like this where, we could see, how much we were able to actually, like, taking a reform school and making it into an actual reform school. That was so fun to see. Of course, by none of the help from the instructors. The instructors didn't do a damn thing. Worthless fucking pigs as always. And curious, even more so about Yoko Shiraki. What is her whole fucking deal? I can't get a proper read on her. She's such a character that's eluding me so much. But I think that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys for the next one, where we're going to enter into the pro boxing world, assumingly. Until then, get the fuck out of here.